I'm here, really. I am actually here. Oh, look at my headphones in.
His name's Just in Time.
Just in time. Literally, just keep swooping
It's
in.
all right. There's nobody here to watch it anyway. Nobody
Right.
cares. Michael,
Missy.
oi.
Oi, Michael. I'm also looking after a puppy. So, Missy, you're on the bed, okay? Where you're not causing trouble and stealing things out the bin. No, Missy, no. Come here. In here with this puppy.
Oh, here we are then. Jail's full of dogs, it seems. You're full of dogs today.
Full of dogs today. Here is a puppy that we are looking after. Hello, sweet pea. And then there's a very jealous Loki.
Yeah, he's going to kick her off now with his feet.
Yeah. And then they're going to go rah, 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 and make all that fun noises that they do. Having fun together.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be so fun to do a stream with these next to me. But yeah, I'm dog sitting. Get over it. It is what it is. Hi, princess.
MC, good afternoon. Eve, afternoon.
Come over here.
Good to see you. Even though I can't see you, it's very good to see you. Very good to imagine you this afternoon. You too, Michael. Better than that time he had crabs.
Yeah,
who needs to explain something?
I don't know. Oi. That's me. I'm nobody. Better than the time he had crabs. I don't know how we got there. I don't know what it was that triggered him. But Michael's thinking about crabs today.
Yeah. You've been down the beach, Michael? Down on the beach with a bucket and spade.
So how have you been? How's your day been? You been having a nice chill one, nice relaxing one?
Yeah, I've been all right. Yeah, I had had my granddaughter around last night. That girl has got such a quick mind, doesn't she?
She is. She's a smart one.
Such a quick mind. So smart. I pity the poor partner who gets her. Somebody's going to have to be on the ball because she is so smart. Really
real smart. She's cool as well, and she had that big old trip to America and everything else, so she's living life at the moment.
She's got stories to tell.
Yeah, it's well cool.
She's become an interesting person, with stories to tell. She even got mixed up in that No Kings protest when she was coming home, and they came to fly. Yeah, she had a bit of a scare that she didn't like the crowds.
I'm not surprised.
Too busy for her. She did say she cried a bit, but she pushed through, so it was okay.
She's only young, isn't she? And she's from a little place in Wales, and so to go to the Big Apple, and then.
But she had some great experience. I mean, she went into one shop. She was telling us she went into one shop, and she wanted to buy a T-shirt. She was talking to a friend. Just chatting to a friend like kids do as they're walking around shops, and she goes, "Look at that T-shirt! I'd love to buy that. How much is it? Oh, I'm $20 short of that." And a chap tapped her on the shoulder and just handed her $20. So go ahead and buy it.
That's nice.
Just like that. Fantastic. So
people are awesome. And
they can be, can't they? Everywhere.
Yeah.
People can be awesome everywhere.
Yeah, it's
all
really
you need
cool.
is a smile.
That's it. It's all you need. Someone needs to tell these auditors. All you need is a smile. That's it.
Oh, nice link. I like the way it's segue. Is that what we call that now?
We do, yeah. Although it was more of a foreshadowing, because we will get to that properly. I'll have a look at some of these links that we've been getting ready. Fantastic. That's a lie. I just lied. I didn't get nothing ready.
My thing to Anyway.
So let's go over to everybody's best friend, the Beebs. They never get anything wrong. But no, there's some interesting reporting. I want to look at some of the events that are happening in and around the Trump Iran ceasefire. That isn't happening. That is happening. That we don't know. It's proper wild at the moment. So I believe that the Strait isn't open for business at the moment, and that because the Lebanon situation, Israel's invasion of Lebanon, and expansionist ways, that's sort of halted a lot of this at the moment, because Iran are saying, look, we're not willing to get into this unless you're looking after our allies as well. Israel needs to stop its expansionism and stop its military aggression in order for us to take any sort of ceasefire with you guys seriously. It's not good. It's not good enough just dealing with America and having America say we won't attack you anymore. What about their allies and their friends, Israel, who can do it for them by proxy? You know what I mean? You Yeah, he just wants you and your mates to fuck off. That's what they're saying.
Yes, basically that's it. Just leave us the fuck alone. So, did you hear about the Pope stepping in on this as well?
I didn't. Let me search for that.
Right. So he's condemned America's.
I'm so sorry.
America thinking that war war can somehow be a road to peace. He's condemned that idea fully. And since then, he's been receiving death threats. I mean, Pope himself, Trump threatened to invade the Vatican. He's done that. He's threatened to invade the Vatican. He's also, but the Pope's he's been receiving death threats because he's put up as against war and this delusion of omnipotence. It was pretty damning. It didn't mention, like I say, he didn't mention the war in Iran directly, but we know what he's talking about.
Yeah, and it says there in the headline, he's being read. You know? Yeah, being read as his strongest condemnation of the conflict. Yeah.
And America has not taken it well. They expect the police. They expect religion to damn well get along with it. If we're off out conquering, we want you to fucking come with us.
It's almost like, do you remember when a Pope said to Henry VIII, he was like, nah, sorry, mate, the rules are you can't get any more divorces. And he's like, fuck you, I'll make my own church. We're going to call it the Truth Church.
The Church of... Yes. Church and we'll take all your shit and pull it down. Addressing world leaders who decide to go to war, Leo said to them, we cry out, stop. It is time for peace. Sit at the table of dialogue and mediation, not at the table where rearmament is planned and deadly actions are decided. Enough of the idolatry of self and money. Enough of the display of power. Enough of war. True strength is shown in serving life. How about that?
I have to say, I think
this guy knows what he's... That was powerful.
You know what? You might be surprised, but that Pope's got a little bit of wisdom in him.
But even the way I read it, that was pretty, Oh, smack. Back in the class today, lad.
Have you missed the gossip? You have. We're no longer talking about it. We talked about it. We went in depth. You should have seen it. There was fireworks. People were
started early, especially for you, didn't we? Especially, we thought we'll start early just for the smackety. Where is he?
Here's something I didn't know. The previous Pope would often go visit Palestinian Catholics and condemn the genocide and segregation. And segregation many times. I did not know that.
Yes, he would indeed. Well said, TK.
Henry VIII, welcome back. But it feels akin to that, doesn't it? It feels akin to that sort of head of state being like bumping heads with the fucking Pope, right? And it's really strange.
Did you see? I saw a little clip yesterday of Israelis attacking Christians on an Easter thing in Israel. Lots of Christians getting dragged off and arrested and beat up and stuff.
I have seen
happy days, well. Happy days, mate. That country's in serious trouble. Apart from the shitback it's getting from the war, the people it's made of are all PTSD and twisted now. It's going to be a horrible future for that country.
Oh, absolutely.
I predict. You didn't miss anything yet, Smack. Not really.
No, yeah, we've only just started. We're just getting to the headlines.
Gotcha.
Do you know what? I've been messing with these dogs all day, and I've got dog hair in my beard and mustache.
Is that what it is? A beard and mustache?
No. Okay. I don't even have a beard or a mustache. It's just dog hair at this point. There we go. So I've just been messing with the puppies and that. So the US delegation in Islamabad. Dad, could you read this bit out here? Because I think this bit's quite mad. How
it goes on a little bit down there as well. The US delegation in Islamabad was led, unfortunately, by J.D. Vance, the vice president, whose new book is about his conversion to Catholicism.
I wonder, do you think he, like Matt Goodwin, do you reckon this is another politician who's used ChatGPT to to write his books or rejecting
It's
his
quite
own
possible.
work.
The talks take place days after it was reported that Vance's friend, Eldridge Colby, a senior Pentagon official who's also a Catholic, had summoned the Vatican's ambassador to the US in January to rebuke him over comments by the Pope that month. Leo's January declaration that a diplomacy that promotes dialogue and seeks consensus among all parties is being replaced by diplomacy based on force reportedly enraged Pentagon officials. Leo's tone and message on Saturday appeared aimed at Trump administration officials who have boasted of US military superiority and justified the war in religious terms.
It's mental, isn't it? Let's go back to this bit here. Where was it now? He had summoned the Vatican's ambassador to the UK to rebuke him.
To the US, yeah, to rebuke him over comments.
To the US, yeah.
You tell that Pope to stop saying that, I will come and bomb that Vatican.
Imagine that phone call. No, I rebuke you. That's how it is.
Right,
you.
Scroll down. Could you mind scrolling down a bit?
Of
scroll that up?
Of course I can.
You've just got the first line of it. Wait, stop. So, listen to this. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has invoked his Christian faith to cast the US as a Christian nation righteously seeking to vanquish its foes. Holy wars, eh? Describing the attack on Iran as a holy war carried out in the name of Jesus Christ. I'm not even reading this, am I?
Right. So this thing now,
compared to the rescue of down. Yes, go on.
When you see rhetoric coming from other countries, from their political officials and things, you'll hear them talking about, Allah this, Allah that, and there's a lot of heavy religion language that's ingrained into the rhetoric that they're putting out there to try and make themselves part and parcel with that religion, because that religion usually has a clean image, ish, for the most part. But what we don't do is we don't recognize it when we do it ourselves. So us in Western nations have every bit of God in our wars and political affairs and foreign policies.
Come on over here. So Hegseth, he said he's compared the rescue of that downed F-15 airman in terms that echoed the resurrection of Jesus. I mean, Jesus.
Do you remember the story? Do you remember that, Dad? Do you remember the story? He was taken, he was placed into the tomb, and when they opened it, a fucking F-15 came flying out.
Yeah, in full helmet and the fucking lot.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's fucking crazy. So yeah, he's even had death threats over this. Can you believe it? TKE says, good point. Imagine trying to start a crusade and the Pope says no. Right, lads, mate. Oh, shit.
But it's so typical, isn't it? Where they try and church wash themselves by heavily associating themselves with this sort of stuff. We see it in this country on lower levels, where Thomas Robinson, what's his name? Stephen Yaxley Lennon, that's the character. I was trying to remember his actual name. He was talking about how Christianity and his movement are intertwined and how he's trying to bring God back, and the church in this country with bishops saying, look, you're not going to church wash your way out of this. It's a common tactic by those on the far right to try and use something as holy as religion to try and launder their image to appear more palatable to just the general sort of conservative population, as well as people that are religious in general, like traditionalists and things. No, whatever it is you're chewing, oi, you puppy, Missy.
I like
Missy. I'm
in.
disappointed. Oh, you break my heart. Come here. Oh, come here.
You're
stealing. You can't steal.
Clacton Spear are reporting that Reform's next conference opener will be a tribute to Melania. Talks are in progress regarding permission to use the Billy Joel classic Epstein Girl. Big up, man.
I like Crow.
Like
they make some comments. I don't always reply to them either, and that's a shame because I don't always see them properly. But they do write these really funny, outlandish, really hilarious things.
How about this?
They're always meant to be ironic.
Still the Clacton Spear. The Clacton Spear. Trump mulling over a counter-strike on the Vatican, says Spear.
No, you know what's going to happen now, don't you? A third country like Pakistan's going to come in and be like, hey, listen, okay? Trump doesn't really want to fight the Vatican, and the Vatican don't want to fight Trump. It'd be funny if he was like, right, we're just taking the Vatican.
My gosh.
Right, come on, right.
So
Loki,
yeah, they've gone.
Come up
They're
to-
going all
you're not
religious and
Sorry, I'll be 1 second. Sorry.
yeah, like I say, they've gone all religious. And Casey, where does that put us? The people in the middle. Of course, we're the death count, aren't we? Eventually, we're the with the collaterals all lined up, all fat and ready to go. Fucking religious war. I'm not going. I'm not going if they have a religious war. I'm fucking absolutely not going.
I don't think they want you, Dad. I don't think they
Not
want
well.
either
They
of
can
us.
fucking shove off. I'm not doing that. I'm not touching
Imagine
that for
that.
Jesus. Oh, sir.
They're like, this is a crusade in the name of the Pope and oh no, okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna lie you,
In
but
the name
I
of
know
Jehovah.
Jehovah.
No.
No. In the name of Epstein.
Yeah.
And then everyone cheers it. So let's get to the end of this report here. This is something else that Leo wrote, and he went through his X account. This one, Dad, if you don't mind.
So on Friday, Pope Leo wrote on his official X account, God does not bless any conflict. Anyone who is a disciple of Christ, the Prince of Peace, is never on the side of those who once wielded the sword and today drop bombs. Military action will not create space for freedom or times of peace, which comes only from the patient promotion of coexistence and dialogue among peoples. Spoken like a man, you know. Well,
Spoken like a man, absolutely.
That way he is.
You must remember as well.
Or something, the Pope.
I remember. Oh yeah, basically he's the highest authority. He's basically God's spokesperson, isn't he? More or less,
Yeah,
I believe.
so if God wants me for a rainbow, it's him I have to go and see.
Yeah, 100%. He's the man that deals with that stuff.
Okay.
But you've got to remember as well that when we were taught in like in schools and stuff, because we do have a lot of like religious education in the schools, specifically around Catholicism, Christianity, depending on which area of the country you're from and what school you went to, we had a lot of like religious studies and religious teachers as well. I had teachers that were openly Christian, and they would talk about the time that Jesus and the importance of this message as well, of Jesus riding in on a donkey and not coming in on a war horse clad in armor. He was a man of peace, and to invoke the man of peace's name in what is an illegal, savage war. At the start of this war, we saw they're invoking the name, right, of Jesus in this war. And at the very start of this war, we saw a tomahawk being launched at a school
full of children.
All girls' schools full of just children. 165 people, including staff, I believe, died. That is no, you're sneaky and naughty. No, you can't chew that either. Come on. Sorry, this puppy wants to chew everything. Everything must go into the mouth. Missy, come on, Stinky. We're up here. Come on.
It's lucky you're on 12 volts, isn't it?
Yeah. There's no appliances, though, for her to chew. She's just trying to nick stuff out of the bin, or just random things that she can find. She was trying to chew. I've got like this really nice like rope stuff that holds all my clothes in and stuff. You know, if like the caravans are moving or whatever, it just keeps it in. It's like an open plan sort of wardrobe and that. And she's like, "Oh, look, this bit's tied into a knot. It was made for me." I'm like, "No, stop chewing that." Bless her. Right, come on, Missy. I don't mind leaving you to it, but you just please don't chew anything. If I can get you to just come up here and have a quick chill.
As you can see, the animals are not playing a part at all tonight.
No, they're terrible.
Mine's in the other room. My son's in the other room. My other son.
You're sacked.
He's in the other room, so the dog's all over him.
You're sacked. Bless her. I'll shut that because it's bright. Ugh. But so back to the story though. If you want, come over here, Missy. Come and learn something. Come on. We're learning about Donald Trump having an argument with the Pope. Trying to invoke his bro's name in this war. It's crazy though, isn't it? It is honestly like Donald Trump at the moment is now arguing with everybody. He can never.
This is how wars start, for goodness sake.
Yes, but like never. But this won't stop them though. No matter what happens, no matter what the actual Pope says, they will still use his religion as a means to launder their image as they move forward with doing whatever heinous act it is, whether it's stealing, kidnapping, sitting presidents of sovereign nations, whether it's blowing up schools in Iran, all of it. They don't care. That's not your kitchen side. Missy, no. Come on. I know it's a bit boring, but it's very. Yeah, I'm looking after you. Come on. We'll go out for a walk in a minute. Oh, God, that puppy. That puppy is not going to give me a break today. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. So, yeah, the Pope also wrote that an absurd and inhuman violence. Sorry. Yeah, I'll let you do that, Dad, because my glasses.
Okay, the Pope also wrote, absurd and inhuman violence is spreading ferociously through the sacred places of the Christian East. Profaned by the blasphemy of war and the brutality of business, with no regard for people's lives, which are considered at most collateral damage of self-interest. But no gain can be worth the life of the weakest children or families. No cause can justify the shedding of innocent blood.
And you don't get more innocent than a school. Like, oh my God.
What a way to start a war, eh?
I mean, start as you mean to go on.
So, yes. He renewed his call for all people of goodwill to pray for peace. Yeah. Okay, to break the demonic cycle of evil and build instead a world in which there is no sword, no drone, no vengeance, no trivialization of evil, no unjust profit, but only dignity, understanding, and forgiveness. Could you imagine?
No, that is the most. Trump needs to learn from this, man. That is the most dignified. Fuck you.
This. He sees this as fighting talk. It's a call for peace. He sees that as a direct challenge. Does he not?
He does, yeah. And in that, in itself, that's a huge important point, Dad. That's just a lot of food for thought there, right? In just that one sentence right there. You're absolutely right. And it really does encapsulate everything that he's about. He's encountered a man of peace, and his first reaction is to be fuck you, and to have representatives phone his representatives so they can rebuke them. You can't rebuke the Pope. That's his job. He rebukes you. In America,
it really is. When he calls it demonic cycle of evil, he's right in that choice. Well, I mean, I don't see demons. I see fucking people who need their bottom spanking.
The demonic cycle, you know what I mean?
I don't see demons, but I certainly see evil. I mean, there is evil in what these people are doing. And to take words like that as a direct challenge, right? So, I mean, if these are the people you're bumping heads with, it might be time, if you're bumping heads with the Pope, it might be time to just sit in a dark room and just think about what you're doing for 5 minutes. That's all I can recommend. How about you, dog strangler over
there? Listen.
You killed them dogs yet?
I killed it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's still moving. Damn it.
Yeah, I can see a little bit in the corner.
I've got this one here. So Milo at the moment is currently like, why would you bring such a horrendous creature like a puppy into this place? How dare you? Loki is loving it at the moment. He's like, please. I want to smush it. I want to lie on it, and I want to smush it up and down and play really rough with it. And I'm like, no, you can't play rough with the puppy. And then meanwhile, the puppy's like, hi, I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to sit on your old dog's head. And when the other dog yawns, and I'm telling him not to play rough or anything, when it yawns, I'm going to shove my head in his mouth. Get off my tablet. Thank you.
I didn't see Abe last night. My granddaughter was here, so he just stayed guarding her all night. It's fantastic.
You're going to go chilling over.
Oh, I got a proper relaxed night.
It's because she's lazy.
Down when I wanted and everything.
It's because she's lazy. He's like, oh, I'm going to lie down next to you, and I know you're not going to move anywhere for hours. You're going to sit there.
Absolutely, yeah. You're not wanting to get up.
You okay, right. Sweetie? He doesn't want to play because he's an old grumpy dog. Oh, you've got a bit of mud
there. So, according to Mank Pete, expecting Trump to think is like expecting a carp to play piano. It's unlikely to happen, but if it does, you'd be left questioning reality. You would indeed, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
It's a really good point. Well said, man.
I'm not quite sure how to help you.
So let's come and have a quick little gander. I know we've done this story inside out, but I just wanted to see if there's any more in terms of reactions and that, and see what other interpretations are. So we'll skip through this. This is words of choice are immoral. Wars of choice, fucking up. Wars of choice are immoral. Priest unpacks Pope Leo's condemnation of Trump's war with Iran.
is now openly challenging the war being waged by the other most influential American on earth, President Trump. Just today, Pope Leo XIV tweeted, quote, "Those who pray are aware of their own limitations. They do not kill or threaten with death. Instead, death enslaves those who have turned their backs on the living God. Enough of the idolatry of self and money, enough of the display of power." And during a peace vigil tonight, the Pope called out, quote, "the delusion of omnipotence fueling the war." Earlier this week, he even took the extraordinary step to call on people to contact their elected leaders. A Trinity College Dublin professor told MS Now the Pope's appeal to people to call their representatives are, quote, "the equivalent of the nuclear button for the Vatican." Joining us now to discuss all of this is
What is the equivalent of a nuclear button for the Vatican?
Do you remember? I don't know if, oh, mate, one of Monty Python's movies with, which one was it? Where they had the holy hand grenade.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's right up that street.
They've got the holy nuke. The Vatican's equivalent.
Out of the holy hand grenade!
Deep beneath the Vatican right now, there's like a bunch of priests like flicking water at a warhead, giving it their blessing. Oh. The Vatican's equivalent to
Craig, you need to be careful now. Now I'm telling you, young fella. Rexiteers unite and rise up. Vote Rexit to free Wrexham from Wales. If Trump sees you floating about as a free country, mate, you're gone like that. So hang on to Wales as long as you can. Do it at night is my suggestion.
Hey, you, not you, Missy.
It was the holy hand grenade of Antioch. It was. Or is it Antioch?
Right, she's tuned stuff with her.
But yes, it was a funny movie. I was quite tickled by that. I love my what do you call it? I've forgotten everybody's name. Please and go. Love them to bits.
I know that doesn't look like another room, but there is. Oh, okay. You can sit there if you'd like. That's fine.
I love the way they do. I'm scared when they're not with their eyes. I'm so scared.
You, Paul.
Be my friend. That's not going to work. You know that.
Oh, dogs. I'm sorry. She's just hearing things. Say hi. Are you okay? Yes, thank you. That's lovely.
Oh, maybe she'll stay for a minute or two.
Yeah, for a minute or two. And then meanwhile, Loki's like, but I'm here. He's giving me that side eye. Are you okay, buddy? Panting his head off.
Yeah.
Right, okay. No, come on. You come out of his mouth. I need... Yeah, okay. I'm sorry I'm going to have to shift you, but there's more in here, I promise. Good girl. Right, lie down. No. I'm sorry. Give me a couple of minutes, Dad. I need to sort these out. I might have to put Loki out there a bit, and then I'll get right back with you. Yes. Okay.
No pressure. We'll have a look, see what's going on in the chatterati. What are you guys saying? You can keep us going. TK Media. We'll go back this far. I was saying that I agree. The USA have been working towards this for years. The only complaint establishment Dems have is we didn't get to vote on it in Congress. Yeah, and they would have voted in favour anyway. You're probably right, mate. Would it have made any difference, do you think? If there'd have been a vote on it, would they not be doing this now? I don't know. What do you think? Would we?
I don't know. I didn't hear most of that. Were you talking to me or?
No, I'm thinking out loud. I'm talking to the lady and gentleman in the chat.
Oh, yes.
I'm just thinking out loud. Yes. If America had to vote, if the Dems had to vote on it, would they still have said war against? Mind you, I mean, even the other side, the Republicans didn't get to vote on it, did they? Nobody got to vote on it. He just went with doing this and popped off and did it. Crowcrag, I went to Wrexham once as well. It's not that far. It's right at the end of some bus journeys. I've seen nicer places, I'll be honest. I went on a course there for quite a while.
Have you seen it recently?
Eh?
Have you seen it recently?
No, I haven't. To be fair, it was horrible back in the day. I mean,
Something quite substantial happened to Wrexham. I don't know if you
Okay.
remember. In the form of Ryan Reynolds, movie actor, plays Deadpool. He's an A-list movie star who Canadian, one of the, I'm gonna say it. They're the same thing. I can't tell them apart. No, but no, he's a Canadian, I think, and he's a decent A-list Hollywood actor who has bought Wrexham Football Club. Do you remember that?
Oh, okay, yeah. How's it going?
Really well, surprisingly. He's doing really well. He's doing great things for Wales in general. I mean, we even got to see Welsh Pool in the latest Deadpool movie and everything with the Welsh flag on him, and it was fucking brilliant. But he's done there's a lot of other actors and things that he knows that are also invested in the local area. But with the investment from the football team, Wrexham itself does look like it's on the up. There's a lot more infrastructure. It's a lot busier. There's a lot, there's new shops and things that are popping up. There's all sorts of things happening. Do you know what? Let me have a look. There's even like a Netflix documentary about Wrexham. It's really well. It's honestly.
Look what you started, Crocrag. And like you said, you don't even know these people. But look what
let's talk about.
You've brought them fame from an unexpected quarter. From JOJ and his magical computer.
And the magical computer.
The internet's a wonderful place, isn't it?
The Netflix series has actually got, maybe later, welcome to Netflix. Welcome to Wrexham. Streaming series renewed for 3 more seasons on Netflix. Dad, this isn't that mental. Little old Wrexham, eh?
Oh my! Go on. Fantastic news. Yeah. Fantastic news.
It's really quite something. Let's have a look around here. I was gonna see if there's any more pictures or anything like that. But yeah, so and this is
Balamori's back. Whoa, hey. Balamori's back. Miss Hooley and P.T. Plum. Woo.
Come on.
Balamori.
Lie down. Good girl. You stay.
Who remembers that? Who was babysitting during those days?
Oh yes.
Balamori.
That's where I know Miles Jupp from. Everyone else knows him from like Mock the Week and stand-up comedy routines and other like movies and things. But I remember him from Balamori. That's where I first met him. But yeah, so the club itself, with its back-to-back promotions from the National League to the Championship, it's going amazingly. So they're beginning. They wanted to reach the Premier League, and now they're just one division away from it.
Wow. I wonder how much money he spent to do that. Because football has become just about the money now, hasn't it?
Millions. It has become about the money. It's also become about how do I say it now? It is about the money, but with what I love about the way that this has been handled, it's a lot about the local areas. So some of these bigger clubs have, they are the staple of a certain area. They represent that area, and not all the time are they doing such incredible things to regenerate and change that area. Come over here and see. Whereas Ryan Reynolds, to be fair, in this particular, come on, I know you cheeky bean, go and lie down. But Ryan Reynolds in this particular area in Wrexham is doing fantastic things for the area. It's really boosting Welsh economy. I mean, whether it's massively, I don't know, but he's definitely inputting towards the local economy at the very least. People are doing better for it. The town looks better for it. I mean, it's a win-win-win, it seems, especially if they keep winning like this and they keep getting promotions and going up to different leagues and things. Yeah, it just takes that, one person can make a difference like that. And I understand he's got a whole team of people with him. And obviously, everybody
in Wrexham. One person money, yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
Come on, lie down.
Think about about money. If you do anything in America, if you get a hit record or something, you are fabulously wealthy, aren't you? America's such a big place. There's so many more millions of people there than there are here. If you had it, for instance, a hit record in the States, you'd earn far more money than you would with a hit record here. It really is the place at the end of the rainbow for a lot of people. Doing a lot of stuff, isn't it, America? Well, it always has been. Now it's mainly people that make missiles sniff their way amongst houses and shit. So Trump says to blockade the Strait of Hormuz, says the US is to blockade the Strait of Hormuz after the talks fail. So it's like going, well, you blockade now, I'm going to blockade it. Even blockade here. Some say our blockade is probably the biggest blockade that's ever. Some say they're saying this. Some say it's the biggest blockade that's ever been thought about. Yes. So
and at the moment as well, with this story being updated like 5 minutes ago, he's had a right busy day. He's been on the phone and he's been like, right, no, I rebuke you, Pope. And then he's picked up the other phone and he's gone, no, I will blockade you, Iran.
Yeah, then, no, I blockade you. No, too late. We did it. I said it first, though. I can imagine the politicking that's going on. The
real, useful, helpful stuff.
How do you deal with these crazy people? I mean, they don't believe in. I would posit, right, that people like this J.D. Vance, he doesn't believe in Jesus any more than I do. I'm telling you, he does not. He sees it's a means to an end. That's all. He's no religious man, not at all. And they're fake, aren't they? They're just absolutely fake. Fake religion. How low does it get? These people, they'll be fake anything, won't they?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Whatever it takes. Yeah. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. So this holy war crusade that they're starting, he's now got Vance heading up for him, is completely and utterly condemned by the Pope himself. And now the blockade in Iran is being dealt with by introducing a blockade in Iran. I don't understand what he's hoping to achieve here, but let's have a look at some of this. So is this just him leaving after Pakistan because nothing was moving there? The trouble was, from what I understand, a lot of the things that were still in the talks, as we said earlier, was actually the Lebanese struggle. Obviously, they're being invaded at the moment. They're having land snatched from them by Israel. There was an atrocity in 10 minutes. More than 300 people were slaughtered. It's absolutely horrific. And because of those events, they're saying, look, we want a ceasefire across the board. You know what I mean? Your allies and our allies, we just stop fighting. Let's just a ceasefire done. And then we'll come to some sort of arrangement. America is saying absolutely not. Israel will continue to do whatever they like. There is nothing we're going to do to stop them. And then at
the moment, they're busy uprooting Palestinian refugees in Lebanon, in the camps that they were sheltering in Lebanon, who'd allowed so many to come across and shelter. They've even been uprooting them and moving them on. It's dreadful. But here is a random question. Does your dad agree with everything? Is there a solid backbone between the two of you? Bring it on, Carrie.
Oh, I know this one. This one comes from Voldemort's channel. He who shall not be named.
No.
It's the one that's likely. Based on the information that I can see, there's a couple of solid explanations, and one of them is probably buying their viewership. So I think that what they're doing is they have people that will come over and stuff. They want to create a discourse to continue between. I didn't realize that we were being essentially used. I didn't realize things were so bad at that channel.
Didn't you mention something? Didn't I see something earlier about buying memberships? Are you?
I had a look on the I don't want to be. This is the thing though as well.
Okay, don't do it too much. Say no more.
Yeah. But that's where that person comes from.
Oh wow. Okay. Is there a solid backbone between the two of you? I would suggest pistols at dawn, Carrie. I'll show you a backbone.
Pistols at dawn.
No.
I was just asking honestly.
Yes, there is a backbone between us. We share a backbone. We're both a backbone stock.
we walk around back to back when we both need to use it at the same time.
Yeah. We both like backbone soup.
Sorry, bear with me. I'm getting a bunch of calls and stuff.
So mine was going then as well. Of course, I could ignore mine much easier than you can ignore yours. I've got the old man. I've got it banged to rights now. I've got the old man trick of ignoring telephones. I've got it down to great. I can ignore a phone ringing all day. I can let it ring till it's flat. I don't care. My kids go mad. But such is life. No sooner do you get in the shower and the phone rings. You know what I mean? It's horrible. Intrudes into your life. So I've decided to fight back. Put it in the corner and leave it there. No, we don't. I'll tell you, Carrie, we don't agree on everything. Of course we don't. I mean, who would? Who would? So there you go. That's the answer to that question.
Right, sorry. So I need to go and do something. I'm so sorry about this, guys. I know I've got the dogs there and everything, but don't worry. We will be getting around to the juicy stuff in just a minute. We will be talking about all the things that you expect from us. We'll be doing the audit corner and all that. I'm sorry to leave you like this, Dad, but it will only take me a few minutes, but I'm going to have to go for just a couple of minutes.
Go on and do your thing. Do run it at the trot, though. Do it at the trot. So, yeah. Yeah, we both agree that question wasn't in good faith. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But when you say, like, is there a backbone? Yeah, it's hardly a genuine question, is it? Is there a solid backbone between the two of you? You should have come and see me in the 70s. I don't get this. Is there a solid backbone? What's the point of asking that, Carrie? Please explain, because you're typing really well, quite quickly. See, nobody else thinks you're behaving in good faith, Carrie Wiley. Your time here might be numbered. Anyway. Do you think she's trying to make he's trying to make a point? They. Oh, isn't it hard? As an old bloke, I'm struggling, right, with this new them, they business. Instead of he, she, it's become like it. Them, they. I just finding it so hard after all those years of doing like Mr. and Mrs. and thank you and stuff. I'm really finding it difficult to keep up with this. So one dumb guy audits is asking which auditors got arrested. Well, there's a whole section to come on that. It's probably who you think it is, but we'll have a good look. JO's got all the facts and you know, charge sheets and stuff, or whatever they are. Bail conditions, is it? I don't know. Anyway, he's got that stuff. He'll be back in a minute when he's finished skinning dogs and nailing them to the wall, as you do. What's this? Please be. What's that? I don't know what that is. Please be a teddy. Please be a teddy. Okay. I was just saying they left their coat there. Michael, yeah, how often do you say they left their coat there? Not often, I don't, you know. They left their coat there. They forgot to answer the phone. It's fine, it's hard. They do, don't they, Smack? They do take, and it's like a lifetime's habit, isn't it, for this old geezer? Maybe it's a challenge. It's a challenge for me, and it's a challenge for the Coracle. If anyone knows what comedy show that came from, you're doing really well. Or you need your head looking at. Yes. So it seems that it seems a bit weird. You're both always completely on the same page. I don't know that we are. I mean, we have discussions. We discuss stuff quite a lot, you know. But the facts are we're both anti-war, we're both anti-fascist, you know, we're both anti all the right stuff, pretty much. So we don't, although we do have discussions, we don't fall out, you know, we don't have big arguments because we're not that far. I learn a lot. I learn a lot off JO. I learn a lot of young people. it's full on changing and trying to change and keep up with the world that's going on, right? It's quite busy. So I'm learning off my kids and my grandkids all the time. But yeah, discussions we have, arguments, no. So take it as you will.
You want to fight about that?
I'll fight you anytime, you little biff.
I will
I'll
fight
put you
right
in
now.
that bin upside down.
Come
bro.
on, ducks. Oh. Right.
What was that?
Oh, this is such a stressful stream. This fucking.
I see you've sorted that problem out. It's
So I've done. I had to go and the calls that you were ignoring. I had to go and deal with that. So right, I've done that. I've sorted that out. Loki's out there chilling. He's in the shade, loving it. You're a problem. You're a real problem. You're an issue. I agreed to have you, not knowing. Right. So yeah, I've got like a table that sort of sticks out as well, and because she's a puppy, she doesn't understand how, anything works. She tried to jump onto where I'm sat through the table.
Yeah.
So the laptop and everything just jumped in the air.
I knew that had happened. So everybody's here for the gossip, bro.
No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. Right, this thing as well. Like, I just wanted to. We'll go over to that bit now. We'll start talking about Audit Corner. We can't be on for too long today, anyways, because of you.
Okay.
You need to go out and you need to be in a big, wide open field where you can't break my shit. Right. So. Yeah, we'll go over to that in a minute. I just wanted to say before we get there, though, about out in bears fetish. It's not a thing that I'm doing. We're not out trying to kink shame anybody or anything. It wasn't about necessarily what it was. It was about the circumstances that surround it. It was about the search terms, the derogatory search terms. It's okay if you've got, and this gets gross and weird, and I don't really like the conversation. It was about highlighting the dehumanization. And to give you an example, and I know it gets gross here, but just as an example, if you wanted to search somebody of a certain ethnicity or a certain skin color or whatever, there's nothing technically wrong with that. You like what you like, no shame, whatever. But if you're typing in N-word porn or P-word porn, do you know what I mean? If you're using slurs and derogatory ways of describing, that's symptomatic. And when you're consuming that in a group together, as a whole group of men consuming it together, whether it was for just laughing at them or for no, come on, you're over here, come on. Whether it's just laughing at them or consuming it for other reasons as a group, I don't know. It's all very strange, but it just shows that dehumanizing part of them. That, you know what I mean? If you're different from them, then you're just material that they can in groups laugh at, or do you know what I mean? You are defined by the thing that is different about you from them. So whether you're if you're an asylum seeker, instead of just looking at you as a human being, you're defined by the fact that you're an asylum seeker. If you're a disabled person, you're defined by that. If you're a woman, you're defined by that. If you're, do you know what I mean? If you're, whatever it is that's different about you is the thing in their eyes that they see the most, and it's part of a broader pattern. Because when it comes to creating content, and even as we're about to find out in their day-to-day lives, it's really, really prevalent, and it rears its ugly head in many vicious ways that's dangerous, not just for them and the people that they encounter. It's also toxic for the world, for the country, for society, because they take these moments and they broadcast them to the internet, and it's shocking. And yeah, but that is what an auditor is nowadays for the most part. It seems to be the traditional auditor. That's what they've evolved into, like a shit Pokemon. No, come on, Missy. So it was less about, we weren't trying to out anybody or anything like that. We were trying to, demonstrate a clear pattern of dehumanization. Missy,
quite a reaction, though, wasn't it?
Come up here.
It was quite a reaction to it.
Yeah, they did. They did have a very strong visceral reaction to what we were saying. Yeah, 100%. It's crazy. But also as well, a lot of the times, a lot of these people, they're just solidly projecting. We'll pick up on these red flags as and when they emerge, because there's lots of them. And at this stage, we've got a collection of them.
Yeah. So these are the people that profess to be protecting our women and children. These are our patriot women savers, aren't they? These people who would have you believe they are a force for good. When they're just fucking grifters taking your money, doing their best to take your money.
Absolutely. I'm so sorry, Dad. You might have to. I just need to write something. If you bear with me.
Okay, yeah. By all means. Oh. Yeah, it's a funny old world, isn't it? When those who profess to be
The great protectors.
Those who profess to be saving you or saving your children are guilty of some awful stuff themselves.
I'm just making a disclaimer because we're about to look at some publicly available material, and we're using it under fair dealings and use in the UK. Let me just do that. And boom. Although, actually, I'm going to put one across the bottom. Wait.
All grifters on the bag. You know, you're right, mate. It took me a while to see it myself, I'll be honest. But I don't mind standing corrected at all. Mostly, there are grifters on the bag. Show me, well, which ones aren't? Not many.
Absolutely. So, let's get to it. I think we're all pretty much set up. We're everywhere we need to be. Let's have a look. Are we ready?
Born ready. This is why we're here. You all know it. You all came for this.
This is what we're here for.
Right now.
Right. So this is Audit Corner, and in this Audit Corner, we are back to talking about DP Audits, aka Paul Dunbar. So DP has recently, it's believed, I believe, I've seen on quite a few different social medias, this is being shown by a lot of anti-fascist social media networks across like Facebook and Instagram, other social medias. It's blowing up at the moment. It's doing the rounds, and this is supposedly leaked emails from DP Audits. Now, as to who it's to, it may very well potentially be real Antifa. You know that guy that was like that. He had that John. That's his name. That's his name. John. Yeah, he's the one who was being harassed, incorrectly labelled by DP and others as. Yeah, it's crazy.
He hasn't got the balls. Wow. Go on.
So, from what I understand, that came by way of him to these. It was leaked by him. So we're going to have a look at these emails now. And to be honest with you, protection of women and girls is the first thing I thought of when I read these things, but not for the reasons that you'd think. So here we go. Oh God, yeah. One day you're getting it. I'll see you soon, and it won't be filmed. I'm gonna come get a lunch at Wagamama's, and I'm gonna ask. Sorry, Dad, can you do this? My sight is so bad.
I'll see you soon, and it won't be filmed. I'm gonna come get a lunch at Wagamama's, and I'm going straight for your wife at that NHS trust she works at, and I'll find your daughters as well. Might get one of the lads to make moves on them, then film them being smashed like the little slags they are. I know there's another 2 lines to this as well.
Let me just for a second move
whoever
that.
It was, your daughters are slags. Ooh, mate. So I did read this. I've read this once when it was on the Discord earlier. So I did read it once. I'm absolutely fucking shocked. And it's a
surprise to no one, but shocking to everybody.
Yeah, it's that, isn't it? It's shocking and not surprising at all. But can you imagine getting a fucking note like that off somebody? When I first heard that, when I first read that, my first fucking reaction was to if that had been to me, I would be hunting the fucker down now.
It would certainly be. That's definitely a police job. If they haven't reported that, I would be very surprised.
This is true. I hope he's writing a fucking play, and this is a scene.
This is a scene in a play. But yeah, I mean, as
Mate.
you're getting it. I'll see you soon. It won't be filmed. That's not even veiled. That's not. We know what that means. Yeah, you're getting it. Like it's not.
For a
as,
fellow
like,
who spends so much time on his ass, hey,
oh yeah, you'd have thought he'd have, for a guy who's only 5'7", please, ow, stop, I'm only 5'7", and then yet here he is. But the stuff. So let's look specifically at the threats that have been leveled to his partner and children, or sorry, his wife and their children, right, his daughters. So these guys remember that they're only racist because they care about women and girls. They're only going to these hotels and that to shout at at one particular profile of people because they care about women and girls. Here he is right now talking about sexual violent things, explicit things about someone's daughter. Like this is, oh my god, oh god.
Carrie Wiley, yes, if it's an if.
Which bit was an if?
Well, if this is true.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. I was just looking at the statements there.
I can accept that.
It's not been confirmed from it, but when we look at DP's track record and we look at the things that he says and the fact that it is now, it's doing the rounds and it's on a lot of anti-fascist social media, I really don't think that they'd be doing it. You know what I mean? They wouldn't risk it if it really wasn't. But that's my opinion anyway, and this is publicly available material that we're looking at right now. But yeah, so there is another email. There was a follow-up just a minute later. He follows up with another. Let's remove that comment now.
Ah, right. That's the one. I thought there was another 2 lines. It's these. Your daughters are a pair of... Well, you can read it yourselves, guys.
Yeah, your daughters are a pair of slags who get smashed out by refugees. This is so horrendous. So obviously, because he has this strange obsession with refugees, because there's a lot of racial undertones to the stuff he says. Not even so much undertones. Like he's very obvious with it when he starts advocating, like he has done in multiple spaces, advocating for priority rights for white people. This other disgusting tropes that he starts, and then the lies he says as well, like the statistics that it almost feels like he was making them up on the spot, where he was going like, well,
and then he's hanging around with the Nazi guys. You will be judged by the company you keep is a truism. I keep saying that, don't I? But it's a truism, and he hangs around with Nazis. What can I say?
And as well, on that note, it's really not that surprising to see the DP engaging in this type of behaviour, because when you think about the company he keeps, he brags. He doesn't brag. He's associated with heavily and good friends with Ryan Ferguson. He works with Ryan Ferguson. They create content together. They hang around with each other. He's there to support him through court and everything. Now, Ryan Ferguson is a proper out there neo-Nazi who, by the way, happens to boast about visiting a convicted paedophile in jail, Jack Renshaw. Right, I'll be back in 1 second.
He did, and he also thought, at one time he thought he was speaking to Hitler's son in an exchange of emails and things, and he wanted to go and visit the family and stuff, and express his regards to Mrs. Hitler. Oh, well, no, she's toast as well, isn't she? To the ex-Mr. and Mrs. Hitler, and to their family, of course. DP literally said, this is Grateful Ant saying here, let's have a look. Grateful Ant says, DP literally said it was the fault of the German Jews not leaving Germany fast enough when told to by Hitler. Wow. Michael says, if one person at a table of 10 is a proud Nazi, there are 10 proud Nazis at the table.
If the bar lets Nazis in,
known by your friends, you will be.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. And I'm not even saying like necessarily guilt by association. What I am saying is that if you are, he's pushing he's doing all the things that these covert Nazis would be saying. It's all Nazi coded, and then he's actively hanging around with and is associated quite heavily with neo-Nazis and that movement there. You know what I mean? He's out there to record the Aryan Front, which is the movement that Ryan Ferguson made himself a part of. Pardon me. He's laughing and joking with Ryan Ferguson as he's doing Hitler salutes and Sig Heils and everything else. You couldn't be more on the nose than that. And just to go ahead and prove it further, this guy isn't just some citizen journalist whose only motivation is to protect women and girls and see peace and harmony throughout the country. Look at what you can see in front of you now. Look at this now. it's unbelievable whether it's that we shouldn't be surprised either. This is just one of many red flags, and I'm sure there's many more red flags to come before something inevitably horrible happens. Right, come on, if you get. But yeah, so we heard about the domestic arrests, the domestic abuse arrest. We heard about the search history stuff and all that other things. We've seen the way that he conducts himself when talking to members of the public. Like we've seen the way that he was threatening women in the Weatherspoons, where like that sort of gender specific intimidation tactic. If you weren't a fucking woman, I'd punch you right in your fucking face.
Yeah.
And like really getting aggressive and in their space and that. I mean, sure, he's making it conditional. You're not, because you're a woman, I won't punch you. But it's
she did bounce him down the stairs.
And she did put him on his fucking arse. Yeah, absolutely.
Hello, Mr. DeWitt. Good to see you, bud.
Evening. How are you doing? Evening. Also, we've got Lig Baloo, we've got Grateful Ann, we've got Gillian in the house as well. Hey up. I hope you're good. I hope everyone's well. We've got 31 watching. Can some people please hit that like? It's a really bad time to be an auditor, isn't it, at the moment? I mean, if we look at, let's go back to this story just for a second while we're talking about auditors. The
mass arrests, this, isn't it?
Yes, that's what that is, yeah.
Well, it's been called a mass arrest.
By us and others.
Yeah.
By me, I called it a mass arrest. No, I took that also from Jermaine Unfiltered and who else was talking about it? Charlie Veach, because they were in the know about this beforehand. That's where it was originally heard. But this came from KC Audits. We didn't have much context at the time, but since we went off the stream, we watched that video by KC Audits, which has now been removed, in which he reveals this. He blurs it after revealing it, and then there's like a bit of a delay and it's blurred. But that's where this comes from, and that's how this became like a viral thing, and it's going around at the moment. So yeah, we know a little bit more about it. We know that it was related to the November event. I can't remember what it's called, that department store thing, shop area. I can't remember what it was called. But it was in the Manchester city centre, and it's the incident that left. I really need to learn this person's name, right? Because the only thing I know about him,
don't we?
We know him as Ponytail because that's what he's been labelled as by these far right stochastic auditors. They've labelled him as that, which again, they reduce everything down to just what they can see, and it's so stupid. But yeah, so they labelled him that. I don't actually know his name, but he or she, I don't know, because there's lots of tropes. He gets a lot of transphobic comments aimed at him as well, or she again. And I don't know if that's because they are a trans person or if that's because this group has labelled him as that because of his hair or something. Do you know what I mean? It's difficult to. But this person, my whole point is that this person ended up unconscious at that event. This group of people were very much involved in this. I'm not surprised that they've been arrested.
It's quite a serious offense. Is that the guy? Sorry, that the guy? He was, wasn't he? Left bleeding.
Yeah, if I'm not mixing it up, I think that's pretty much what it was. Yeah, that was that guy. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to stand by that. But obviously, we're just a couple of Burks, and I'm going off of my memory at the moment. And that might not be the most guaranteed safe thing.
I like arseholes. We've all got to.
Right? Right. Yeah, we all have to stand upside down to do it. But yeah, I think this is auditing is dead. It's done. I mean, people like DP are just going to continue to drag auditing into disrepute. People like MKR, people like English Ned, they are accelerating the decline and the decay that is auditing. It's dead. It's gone. It's just, these last few stragglers are hanging on. And, some people are actively trying to make themselves seem a little bit impartial in some aspects. They won't directly say the quiet parts out loud. And then you get DP, who is heavily Nazi affiliated with Ryan Ferguson and everything else. And also, supposedly, putting out emails just like this. Again, if you don't know and if you didn't hear it, we'll say it one more time. One day you're getting it. I'll see you soon and it won't be filmed. I'm going to come get lunch at Wagamama's. Which is a weird thing anyways. And I'm going straight for your wife at the NHS trust she works at, and I'll find your daughters as well. Might get one of the lads to make moves on them and film them being smashed like the little slags they are. There you go, the protector of women and children. It's just unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah. Like as DP's a prick. but he's also a liability, so it was only a matter of time. And it is, these guys, men with bloody children's fucking brains, mate. It's not hard, is it, Mr. Witt? It's not hard, you know, you just hang around a bit and they'll trip themselves up. Fucking idiots, mate. They can't help showing what they are, and that's fucking disgusting. Disgusting. If he wrote that, or if somebody even wrote that and said he wrote that, whoever it was who wrote it is disgusting. That's terrible. Fucking terrible.
I mean, from the places that I've seen it, from the things that I've seen, I've got every reason to believe that this is absolute thing. But it does have to be said that it's not confirmed. However, based on our experience with him and everything, I mean, he says and does. This isn't even the worst thing he's said and done in just our experience. Do you know what I mean? Like, this guy is absolutely horrendous. So until he comments on it and confirms that it is or isn't him, I guess it's still technically out there. But this is being put out by certain anti-fascist groups that I think, in my opinion, do pride themselves on being correct when they do stuff. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. And of course, Sasha, you would say that. I totally get it.
Oh, it's Sasha the Grass, also, self-confessed grass.
It also, when it comes to it as well, when it comes to his track record and things like that. So he was arrested for domestic violence and things. He was, what was the other one now? The whole group with the Discord stuff, looking at this hyper-fetishized porn and material and all that. It's unbelievable. It really, really is. I've personally had encounters with DP where he's used. Wait, one second. But I've personally had encounters with DP where, challenging criticism, legitimate criticism coming from a dissenting channel, and we're rude about it, but who fucking cares? But like, we've had it from him where he's created AI images of like deceased loved ones and all this other freaky, nasty stuff that we've had to have YouTube remove. He also tried that malicious strike as well. We've had to be dealing with that. He is that kind of guy. He's a malicious, controlling person. That's what his presence is anyways online, 100%. And we know that. And we know that wouldn't be above the realm of possibilities for things for him to have said. I mean, sure. But yeah, no, I just... What? What? I don't know what's wrong with you.
Who we snitched on, Sasha, sweetheart?
And been paid for. We make money.
Aren't you? You're the one who wrote I ran to DP to tell him we were using his fucking his shit.
You literally wrote in your own words, it was me. I grasped them up a second time, which is really weird because you can't actually do the copyright strike. It's weird. It's just strange. They're just strange people.
Oh, they're strange people. Go and run tell out DP. I think he's an absolute cunt. How about
that? Absolutely. But when it comes down to it, what we do know, what we can say for sure about DP is that he is racist. We know that for a fact. We know that he's got this sort of whites-only priority going on, this social hierarchy of things. It falls well within the criteria of what we would classically call far right, that pro-authoritarian figure, that ethno-based nationalist stance that he's got, and it is heavily ethno-based. And then you look at the framing and things that he does, all these dog whistles, these racist dog whistles, like how do I say it now? These illegal migrants, these marauding people that are coming over here doing X, Y. It's steeped in racism, and they are proper.
Mate, and it's your daughters. They're fucking. What did he say? Smashing. You saw that? Fucking hell, Sasha. You need to
using that language that was in the email as well.
We're gonna learn all about you. When you two fall out, he's gonna tell us everything.
He does like to do that, doesn't he? Talk about how toxic his exes are, and it's nothing to do with him. But without getting into, because I don't really want to get into the dynamic of their relationship. That's fine, you know what I mean. But aside from that, the actual no worries. But aside from that, though, on what the subject that we're actually going into about DP, his online persona, the things that he does, says, the way that he presents himself, the way that he earns money is essentially just by being a far-right vlogger that makes conditions harder for women and girls to be able to obtain actual change and systemic change by focusing exclusively on incidents where the offender only fits a specific and unique profile. they are actively undermining all of the other victims and all the other issues that are going wider spread. It's not a unique issue to one specific group of people. It's you know what I mean. It's a problem with men and the British system and how we deal with those things. Our infrastructure and everything else, the policing, the courts, from the point of reporting to the point it gets to court, if it ever gets to court, which is a big chance it won't. Then there's a lot of issues there. But yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? Yeah, DP is living life. Yeah, DP is living life very close to Leicester Heath.
People are pissed off with him, and I don't fucking blame him.
No, not at all. I mean, look at this shit though. Like, it's just indefensible, and yet people will try. When I say before about red flags being collected, this is just another red flag to add onto the list. Of course, he will still make all this ethnocentric auditor content, if you want to call it that. This far right vlogging. Of course, he'll still do all that. This won't make a dent in it because nobody cares. People that are in that sort of thing, they build reality around them. They think they know something to be true, and anything that challenges that, pardon me, they just simply ignore. It's not existent. It's not real. It doesn't count. It's not real. It's like, you can't just do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. See, this thing here as well, right? He should have the right to reply, to answer, but
he's blocked from here, Carrie, because Sasha, whatever your name is, Sasha. Sorry, we've got to carry in, haven't we? I didn't mean to upset that. So, yes, he's fucking bloke.
He's blocked through a reason, is what we're saying.
He's blocked because he's fucking terrible bloke, and he says terrible fucking stuff, and he can't be trusted not to not say terrible stuff on here, and that's why we blocked him. You can't trust him.
No, he says and does terrible, horrible things, and you can't actually communicate with.
Shalom. You say. We don't know, though, do we? We don't know. And that's the truth of it.
Right, okay. So, DP, just to clarify, we're talking about the same guy who created that AI video that we had to get YouTube to take down, that was accusing people of murder of loved ones that they've lost. It's really deep, incredible personal
stuff. It was accusing you of the murder of loved ones.
I know.
Directly.
And so, we know for a fact that DP is that stupid. He does say things that are that disgusting and vile. He does it often, on the regular. In fact, he was using slurs to describe disabled people just the other day as they were coming onto the panel and things. Like, there is no shame. There is no low that this person won't go to. If your thing is, well, I don't believe these screenshots of DP's emails because DP wouldn't do that, then that's just ridiculous logic, because we know DP does do shit like that, and he does say and do things a lot worse than that as well. He also will, look at the situations with, like, the AY stuff. I mean, like, the way that he talks about women in general, the way that he describes women and their bodily parts and everything else, it's crazy, it's absurd. She's
heard him. I mean, she's even heard him. This girl, she's even fucking heard the stuff he says, and is still not bothered by it, not fazed by it. But you can't be expecting a lot from him, can you?
No, and at that point, what you're expecting from us, really, it's kind of like a you issue. We're just here to show you what's doing the rounds at the moment. Like I say, this is publicly available material, but this, like, all of this stuff, it's fucking god awful, isn't it? It's absolutely.
So there you go. That's him. He's a fucking rotten piece of shit. Come see me.
But there you go. Hit the like. There you go, guys. Get the likes in. Let's do all of that. And same with Sasha and everybody else. I'm going to switch on the subscribers only mode. So if you can, it's free. Jump on it. It's a fun time over here. We're always having a laugh.
And as a favour to us, just smash that like. You're doing not twice, just once or 3 times. No, MZ says that, like, I have ADHD and I'm extremely respectful. ADHD is not an excuse to be a complete cockwomble. It's perfectly put, and it's used a lot now, isn't it, by people like DP who have no fucking shame. He'll say it because it sounds about right for the time. Absolutely room for debate. Show me your friends and I'll show you who I was saying before, you are known by the friends you keep, aren't you? Absolutely. think how
And not just that, but your enemies as well. If your friends are neo-Nazis, right, and your enemies are hope not hate and stand up to racism, then maybe you should do like a personal inventory and really assess where you're at and what's going on. If you're sending emails like this, then you really need to start taking personal accountability, personal responsibility. You need to start taking, like, this isn't healthy for, I mean, let's forget the obvious explicit sexual violence that's included within this, and let's talk about, I mean, he's not the obvious victim, and I get that, but this isn't a healthy mind, right? This isn't the things that a healthy mind thinks, does, writes down, or sends to anyone. So I see this, as much as it's a terrible, horrible thing, and I hope genuinely that police are looking into this. I really, really do, because you can't have this in a civilized society. This is malicious communications 101. But yeah, so when it comes to this, I think this is a sign of like a deeper problem within DP. He can't be enjoying doing this. He can't be enjoying the feelings that he's getting from this. I know, before you say that, like, I honestly think that the first victim of DP is DP, right? There must be a voice in his head that's screaming, "Don't do that," and he's got this compulsion to do it. I think he needs help, and it's his problem. He's not healed the wound, whatever it is that wounded him. He's not healed it, and now he's just bleeding over everybody and making it everybody else's problem. What he's wrote here is sick and disturbing, and it needs looking at. It needs help. That's so.
Rob Lyon's got a fair point here about DP and that letter. It might not be true, because there's no way DP is up at 9 a.m.
Hey, you'd be surprised. He was probably on a train somewhere to film a homeless person with mental health issues.
Dear Sasha, sweetheart, give your head a wobble, please.
I know, yeah. And another thing as well, some people are like, "Oh, well, yeah." So there's nothing wrong with your opinion, as you can see at the moment. You're when DP was never blocked because he was trying to defend himself. He hasn't just been blocked either. He's been blocked for a while because he did come onto these platforms. He did come and have conversations with us. And it was the same usual bullshit tactics of insults, talking really loud, really fast, not allowing other people to even communicate or speak. You've had a conversation with him. You know what that's like. We don't have that here. If people want to be able to have a conversation like adults, talk like adults, and we could talk about ideas and things without having to get into these sketchy realms that not only violate TOS but make society a grosser place to be. Do you know what I mean? Without the slurs and without any of that shit, it's fine. We can have those conversations. But DP isn't and hasn't ever been capable of doing that online. And so that is why he ended up being blocked. That's this. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a few people that are like, "Oh, you're suppressing me by not allowing me to come on there, talk over you, not let you get a word in edgeways in any way, shape, or form. Gish gallop, throw a bunch of shit out, hope some of it sticks." No, it's like that's not how you do it.
So Rumi's asking, can we say the source of these emails, other than it's all over these left-wing?
Yeah.
Social
media. My understanding is that this has come from the person that did it, that showed them, which is Real Antifa. But again, none of this is exactly confirmed. This is just a publicly available material that's being shared around a lot of anti-fascist groups at the moment, and it's being said on groups like that the source is originally that guy that he's been arguing with publicly quite a lot. Which was the what's it called now? Which was that Real Antifa guy, John, whatever his name is, which is the same guy they tried to label as a sex offender. Do you remember that, Dad?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And then they AI'd his fucking his image and shit. These people are bad losers.
So to the person that this was supposed to, this is allegedly have been sent to, right?
My dog's about to go nuts.
So yeah, to the person that this was allegedly sent to, you can mute up, Dad. Sort your dog out. It's no worries at all. It was allegedly sent to a person that has actually got a history of being harassed by DP Audits. Do you know, like, it's just like you can't. There's no escaping it. He is what he is. And it's honestly shocking. And this is the reality of what is happening in auditing right now in 2026. So the big real undercurrent of the problem with like people like DP and like with the other auditors that we've seen that are being arrested.
Have you seen this? Hang on. Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt. How about this? Can I arrange an adult panel between you both, DP and BBA? Not while there's a hole in my bum, sweetheart.
Yeah, but that right. Here's the thing, though. Right,
Not
that's
for
a
me.
bit of an. It sounds like a reasonable reach out, doesn't it? But here's the thing, right? They are not capable of having
learned those
an adult
lessons.
panel. I've known DP and BBA for quite some time. I don't know what you're doing with your camera there, Dad.
Yeah, I'm just letting the dog in. He's.
Oh right, okay, sorry, yeah. I thought you were, I thought you were showing us, but yeah. So they aren't capable of that. We have several times over extended periods tried to have rational and reasonable conversations with DP, BBA, and other people like that. It doesn't work like that. We've had them on here. It doesn't work. What happens is you say something that they don't like. You say, okay, well, it's racist because, and then you look at it gets to the point where you have to break down the etymology of the word racism and you explain in detail what it means, where it comes from, what it covers, what's the criteria in depth, and they'll still deny reality.
Bullshit.
There is nothing.
Why don't you let them have their say? It's them having
also,
their say.
I just want to point it out there as well that, that while BBA, in between threatening violence on me and said he was seeking my address, and we obviously reached out to the police and everything else like that, while all that was going on, he did make noises that, I would like to have an interview. So I have publicly put it out there since then, saying that, I did extend that to him.
I'll be out for a little bit, Luke. Sorry.
Yeah, go do your thing. Do you want to I'll take you off screen now. When you get back, just listen quickly. When you get back, remember to add yourself to the panel. There you go, boom. But no, we have tried having these conversations and that before. I have extended out, things to do interviews where I would love to talk about BBA's thing as well. It's weird how these men purport to defend women and girls as much as they do, and yet their history around this particular subject is incredibly sketchy. But it is very typical, though, isn't it? It is really typical of auditors that we see all too often, far too often. A lot of these auditors do have very sketchy, very dark histories when it comes to women and girls. So whether it's AJ Audits, who was an out-and-out convicted paedophile who was in prison for horrific things with a very young girl, I don't want to say details, it's awful. He was there protecting women and girls, with his little press badge on and everything else, really having a good old time outside the hotels. DJE Media, he's also got his SHPO. AY Audits has threatened to burn down a school. BBA's got non-molestation orders. He wrote on posts at some points, what was it now, about, Eminem was right, I wish I could push my baby mum off a cliff, the bitch. And, it's these people, those that shout the loudest about these particular subjects are often, we're seeing, the ones that have the most to hide. And these people that are entrenched in these sort of far-right movements, they do tend to be these people who have a history of abuse, a history of control and narcissism issues. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to what's the word now? Diagnose them with any particular medical illness. It's not my place to do that. But what we can see based on the evidence is that there is a high correlation of people like that in these movements that are necessarily a danger to women and children. They are that, and yet they're there trying to defend their rights. Do you know what? I heard someone say at one point, I can't remember where it was that they said it, but they were like, if you want to find out who in your area is someone that's a danger to women and children, host an event saying protect our women and kids, and they'll just turn up. They'll just flock there. Evidence for that as well, because I mentioned evidence. If you look at the Southport riots, of the people there that were kicking off and that were arrested, 41% of them had previous contact with police for that specific subject, for things against domestic violence and such like that, and sexual abuse and stuff that involves women and children. It's entrenched in it, it's heavily in it, and it's scary in it. It's really crazy. Like when you look at the auditors, I did have quite a substantial list. We had a whole bunch of names on there, just looking at the auditors and their crimes and things that they've admitted to and everything else. It's shocking. It really is it's the bottom end of the barrel, isn't it? Let's have a look at the chat. Let's see what people are saying. So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? How it's how we go from it. Definitely never happened to, unless it's reported to the police. It matters not unless it's reported. He gets away with it. Yeah, I'm not saying that it won't be. I mean, it certainly isn't my place to report it. I wasn't the victim. I don't know. That's, so I'll let that be that thing. But it's strange. It's strange. That's a strange line of defense anyway. Yeah, so this is the thing, though, right? So they need to come on in and have a defense against the allegations. I think it was supposed to say they don't need to, but yeah, I'm not shutting down anyone's right to reply. I just don't want these people on this platform in that way. Like at one point, I was happy to engage in like doing interviews, things like that, potentially, and explaining that, look, I will be asking very serious, very hard questions. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I got blanked. And you know what I mean? It ain't gonna. Do you know what I mean? It's just. Everyone's like, oh, they tried to reply. So, I mean, I went out of my way to make sure that happened. But what I won't do is bring them onto this platform, because that's not what this platform is about. This platform was built on, originally, when it was first started, we wanted to be different from other platforms that we were on at the time. And we were like, do you know what? Would be really good to have a space where we don't promote these far-right fucking bigots all of the time. And we can discuss them, we can talk about them and the ideas, and we do at length all the time, and we're doing it now, but we don't have to put them on like that. And the second it starts to become unreasonable, you just don't do it. They just want to argue with it. Yeah, there you go. They just want to row. That's all they want to do. They just want to do that. There's no accepting or acknowledging. There's no sort of like, yeah, listen, that was a terrible thing to do, and I'm going to make some positive, meaningful changes moving forward. There's none of that. You can't convince these people that they are anything that they obviously are. So when you say like, well, hang on a minute, advocating for rights for whites only or priority rights for white people, that's, this social hierarchy thing, that's crazy as fuck. You know what I mean? That was something that, that Hitler did or something like that. Once you say that, they just go, well, no, it's something else. It doesn't really mean that. And that's not what this is. And that's not what fascism means. The left are the real fascists. Do you know how hard it is to have a conversation with someone that says that? The left, that's what fascism is. It's a left-wing ideology. It's like, oh, you don't know anything. Like, there's no conversation to be had there. Like, really, he can and will go and do his own thing, and it's sound. As long as it remains within TOS, then that's sweet. I ain't got a problem with it. My best advice to all of these far righters that seem to get so upset when I have an opinion or a criticism about things that they say or do, when I say it how I see it and I give my take on it, like, it's weird how a lot of these people get really upset. But I'm just a little channel. They could just ignore me, and that's probably the best thing that they could do just across the board for them. If they don't like my channel, the best thing to do is not engage with it. Like, genuinely, if they don't like my opinion, don't listen to it. It's really easy. Like, but it is what it is. People do like to, and I've got nothing wrong with having good faith debates. I have tried good faith debates with these people specifically and with other people about a variety of subjects across loads of different contexts, even at one point when we actually got along. You know what I mean? Before, the whole Nazi affiliation, before the everything, before it just became to the point of no return. Like, there was genuine good faith chats happening, and in my mind on neutral platforms that obviously weren't. But like, yeah, I've tried it. It doesn't work. That's my. I'm rambling on a bit there, but that's where I'm at with that. And that's the auditing scene. So people are being mass arrested. DP Audits has got this shit looming over him now, and everything else that goes along with it, including the Nazi affiliation. Yeah, and we're seeing now that the law is acting. It's just doing it incredibly slow. So Ryan Ferguson and DP Audits and Jackson Media, and I believe one or two others, went and invaded that hotel. And at the moment, only 2 of them have been arrested. But there is time yet. You know what I mean? Like, that was a long time ago. I didn't think they were going to get arrested for it because it took such a long time. But they're in court, or they have been in court. DP Audits went to support them and moaned that it wasn't all about him. He was like, why didn't I get pulled in there? This is political persecution. Yes, DP, yes. He's being targeted because he's a Nazi. He's the real victim here in that whole incident. It was Ryan Ferguson's the real victim. Like, fucking hell. But yeah. Still a bit. But that's just, it's how it is at the moment. That's the scene. They're being arrested for things that happened then. The November incident was like nearly 6 months ago. And that's what got the other auditors arrested, MKR, My Brains Don't Work, and English Ned, Casey, David Casey, and Casey Audits as well, by the way. He's not the same as David Casey. I may have got that mixed up last stream as well, but, shit happens. But yeah, David Casey and Ricky Jones, whoever those two are. But Yeah, it's a bad time to be an auditor, innit? Let me know what you think in the chat. Oh, God. It is a bad old time to be an auditor. The police are coming down hard on it. You know, they've made so many enemies now across the board with like anti-fascist groups and watchdogs and everything else, police and all that stuff, that now they're all on it, and they're holding them up to the scrutiny that they really need, and they're holding these people up to the honest light, and they're not, you know, they're not coming out looking good from this stuff. Tell them this: I only debate my equals, all others I teach. That's my catchphrase. John Henrik Clark. Nice. And if Smack's Odds says it's a great quote, then it must be deep. But I don't get that reference. But no, but I do. You know, that totally makes sense, and I totally agree with you. It's mad, isn't it? So yeah, I wonder what comes next. Is it more militia strikes or whatever? But hopefully they'll just do the smart thing and ignore us and try and salvage what's left of, you know, pardon me, their auditing life online. We'll see how it goes. I don't know what is the logical conclusion, because if they carry on the way that they are, this is only going to end up in more arrests, more charges, possibly prison time. Are we going to see auditors in prison? Are we going to see, you know, are they going to start auditing the wing? What do you mean I can't record here? It's a public space. No, it's not. Get back in your fucking cell. Like, are we going to start seeing that? Like, where does this end? Does it end with people getting hurt? That's the thing that I hate to, that always looms in the back of my mind. I hate to go to, but I think that's, you know, these people are getting more and more radical. And, you know, if DP signs off on that and says, yeah, look, you know, I'm really sorry that it was me or whatever, or if we get more proof from Antifa guy, real Antifa, whatever his name is, John, you know, if we get some more substantial proof from there, then, like, what does that mean? Does it mean anything? Is it going to change anything? They will self-combust when Zach becomes PM. Do you think when Zach becomes PM, I'm hopeful we got this. When he becomes PM, do you think that everyone's just going to spontaneously combust? All those far-right vloggers, English Ned will be walking down the street being like, it was a weak skin anyway, I don't care if it's on fire, didn't even need it. Right, this is another thing as well. Worse could be law change, saying that we can't film in public. There was mention of repealing the old Vagrancy Act and replacing it with like an aggravated trespass law that would see the end of a lot of things. It would stop auditing, traditional auditing, if it makes it through. It would absolutely stop auditing in its tracks. No more going on to, you know, into like these car parks, these industrial estates and that. It's not just they'll repeal like the rambling laws and everything else. It's not just public right of access anymore. Like, as soon as you're on there, they could just arrest you and take you off. Like, it stops all sit-ins as well for protests. So it'd be like two birds with one stone sort of thing. I really think that the Vagrancy Act being repealed and placed with that new law that they were proposing, I think that really does need to be looked at, because that is pretty much the death of auditing. But it also ends a lot of rambling. It takes, you know, a lot of people spent a long time trying to get those rights, and in just a few short years, it looks like auditors are doing everything they can to have them removed from us. They're trying to weaponize them against the establishment, and that wasn't what they were for. They was never for that. Your right to film in public was never about your right to be able to, shouldn't translate to your right to start some shit, stick a camera in someone's face and exploit them for monetary gain. That shouldn't be what it was, and it never should have got that far, but that's what it is now. That's how they interpret that, and we'll see how that transpires. New laws, I mean, it wouldn't be hard for them to get a public to say, look, you know, when you're on your nights out, look at these creeps that are filming you, look at people like DJ and all that. But also, I read in MEN, Manchester Evening News, there was that article about those creepy weirdos that go around with their cameras just filming women on nights out, on like Friday nights and stuff, you know, sort of like, you know, dressed in not very much, you know, typical night out, you know, gear for women in the UK, typically speaking. Yeah, it's real creepy, and people are really clocking onto it, and it's really disgusting and putting off a lot of people. So I don't think it'd be hard to get a public that supported, you know, losing their own rights, through the back door, while, you know, being advertised to them that, you know, we can stop these people from doing this. You know, we're just going to introduce X, Y, and Z, and then boom, they're done. It's crazy. It is proper crazy, and it's going to be interesting to see what comes first. Will the auditing scene just eat itself into irrelevancy? Will it Will YouTube and other social media platforms finally take action and deplatform them and that sort of content? Or will the law change? You know, all of these things are equally possible. But what we do know right now is it's never been more toxic. It's never been more dangerous and violent. And it's never been a worse time to be an auditor than right now. Yeah. Because Section 17 is terribly written. Legislation that allowed the rise of the auditors. Well, yeah, I mean, yes and no, but it was taken advantage by the auditors. I don't know if it's terribly written or if it's a bad piece of legislation. I think that, you know, you're right to be able to, like, PINAC is real. Auditing originally, I completely agree with. Photography is not a crime. Being able to film things that you can see in public, I absolutely, completely, 100% agree with. Auditing in its initial phase, in that the founding principles of it were absolutely fantastic. I couldn't agree with them more. Then it was hijacked by the far right, who used this as a vehicle to be able to push ideology, to be able to monetize their type of content that they create, and, you know, move it into a different area where they could get access into, like, sterile zones at protests and antagonize, you know, one side while being slightly separate from the other and treated as press. It's wrong. It's good to see that the police are clamping down on it, and they're telling them, you know, they're telling people like young Bob, listen, you are not a journalist, you are not a neutral figure, you are part of the protest. You came in the same car as Nick Tenconi, for fuck's sake, or like Hugh Anthony and these other people. Like, you are the same people. Stop pretending that you're not. So it's great to see that, but at the same time, it's, you know, it needs to start moving forward a bit more. Simon Hughes has been sending vile emails about DP's daughter, death threats for months. DP has them all, and this email was sent to Simon, not John. You see the messages, and you will see why DP replied. Okay, so this is from the, and I hope you don't mind. I don't want to characterize you, Sasha, as DP's girlfriend or partner or whatever, not because you're not because of any other reason than, you know, you are your own person, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be like, oh, this is DP's girlfriend, but as, you know, you are, you know, you happen to be his partner. I'm going to take this as, like, you know, word from the horse's mouth here, that he did send those things. So this is what DP sent. And you know, you can talk about the logic behind this, but thank you for confirming it as well, by the way, Sasha. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I do appreciate you saying that. So, yeah, this was sent to, there we go. We've got more information about this, fresh off the press. So this was Simon Hughes. So it was sent to Simon, not John. I think that then maybe it was leaked by, I don't know. But anyway, so it was Simon, not John. And this is confirmed now by the partner of DP Audits. This is his girlfriend, Sasha, who is saying that, you know, he did say this. So, yeah, let's have a look at what he's saying again one more time. I know it's disgusting, but now that it's been confirmed, let's talk about it some more. And again, this is publicly available material that is being used under the fair dealings policy in the UK, and I'll put /fair use as well because it's an American company. But people get them mixed up. They're different things. That's empty. That one's not. Put that one down. Take this one. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, one day you're getting it. I'll see you soon. It won't be filmed. I'm going to come get a lunch at Wagamama's, and I'm going straight for your wife at that NHS trust she works at, and I'll find your daughters as well. Might get one of the lads to make moves on them and then film them being smashed like the little slags they are. So there you go. Confirmed that these are the words of DP, as is this follow-up email, which was sent just 1 minute later. Your daughters are a pair of slags who get smashed out by refugees. You're welcome. Wow, he even manages to throw those weird dark racial undertones into there as well, because that's, you know, it is his obsession, and it is heavily loaded with racial undertones. That's what he really means when he says that. Yeah. Oh God, this is absolutely insane. I hope it's been reported to police. That couldn't be a better example of malicious communications if you tried. Are you okay there, sir? Are you happy? Are you a happy chappy? Hello. Hi. Are you a good boy? Oh, yeah. What's up, buddy? What's up? I'm going to get that collar for you like Hassan's got. I'm joking. Oh, I shouldn't make stupid jokes. It's well funny. Oh, goodness. But, yeah, so that's where we're at. Sorry, I just need to. I don't want to be seen on camera thing. You're doing it. Let me just. I'm putting in one of those Zen pouches because I'm a little nicotine head. There we go. Gets in my nicotine. It's a hell of an addiction, isn't it, nicotine? Come on, Milo, up you come. Come on, Stinky Butt. He's such a cute dog. He sort of asks for permission to get on the bed sometimes. Like, he'll get off and have a drink and then be like, you still love me, right? I can get on the bed, can't I? I'm like, yes, of course you can. It's like, he's like, you got to win. Is my dog a vampire? Do you need invites only to be able to go places? Or have I just realised? And is that why you're inside all day? You don't want to go out because you're a vampire? That's cute. Cute boy. You're a cute boy. You're a vampire. He's a good boy. He was hold your hand. There you go. Good boy. So yeah. Where were we? Yeah, that's confirmed from the horse's mouth, essentially. God, it's horrific stuff, isn't it? So yeah, I think that we can categorically say now there is no getting around this. That far right Nazi affiliated auditor is a danger to women and children. And he is not there to protect women and children, as he claims. And like a lot of people who says that they're there to protect women and kids, we can prove that that isn't the truth. Here he is again, one more time. I'm going to leave it up for a little bit as well, just so you can get the full picture a bit. But yeah, this guy is literally making sexualized threats about people's daughters. How old are his daughters, by the way? How old are these kids? Are they kids? Are they children? Is this got paedophilic elements to it? Sasha might know. Is this like because obviously when he says daughters and things like that, it's, you know, like that could mean 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old women. I don't know, but obviously, you know, I certainly don't put them past these people. You know, they do have these fucking weird tendencies, these auditors. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm getting so much creeps now. One thing, it was like, you know, when it was like, we knew it was DP, obviously, and that's why I was happy and confident to be able to run with it and say, hey, look, this is viral at the moment. It's being attributed to DP. Let's talk about it and why I believe that this absolutely was. And now seeing it confirmed and knowing for a fact that DP actually sat down at 8:59 and wrote sexualized threat in the morning. Like, has he even had breakfast at this point? Like, how does this guy's day go? Does he just sit there and be like, right, okay, first I'll have some Weetabix, and then at 9 o'clock I'm gonna fucking start making sexualized threats to this man about his daughters and threaten his wife with violence and stuff as well. It's just fucking crazy. It's just insane. You're saying that I'm not showing the full context of the email exchange. You show the others also. What could possibly excuse DP making these sexualized threats? He didn't say, I'm going to, if he'd have said, listen, I could unalive somebody if they threatened my family and did X, Y, and Z, I'd be on DP's side. Yeah, sure, this wouldn't be a story right now. I wouldn't be talking about it. It wouldn't be an audit corner. But he didn't say that he was willing to defend somebody at some crazy extreme lengths or anything like that. It's not edgy because it's, do you know what I mean? It's not edgy because I don't know, you know, that's technically violence. And, well, it is in self-defense, you know, when you look at the full... There is no context. There is no context whatsoever in any way, shape, or form that justifies this. There is no context that you can say right now that doesn't say that DP isn't a danger to women and children. Like, in any way, shape, or form. Look at what he's writing. Look at what this man is capable of. I don't care to what length he was pushed to. You can push me to extreme lengths. I will never do that. And I'm not saying that I'm a better person. I'm saying that I'm the average person. This is what everyone... Come on now. Seriously. Is there any way at all that you could be forced, I mean, short of a gun to your head, to say those sort of things, to write them down, and then to hit that send button? Like, come on. Yeah, the time it sent was irrelevant. I was also just having a joke about that. I was just saying, like, you know, is it before his Weetabix, after it? You know what I mean? At what point does he start engaging in sexualized threats in the fucking morning? Like, it's just, and do you know what? It's not relevant. It does paint the picture. This guy's up. What are you doing at 9 o'clock in the morning, Strawberry? I'll tell you what you're not doing. You're not writing sexualized threats to men about their daughters and attacking their wives at the NHS trust that they work at. And when I say that, I mean it, because when it says you're going to get it, and I'm going straight for your wife at the NHS. What does that mean? I'm not going to film it. We're not idiots. We know what that means. Like, these guys are not geniuses. We know exactly what that means. No, it isn't. It's not one person's word versus another. It's not like that at all. This isn't one. I'm not saying that in this exchange, whoever it is, this Simon figure that they're messaging, right? I'm not saying that in that exchange, right, in any way, shape, or form, I'm not even implying that this other person is just some innocent, harmless, like innocent bystander, as it were. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that this is fucking disgusting. Whatever the reply was, whatever the cause was, however this was initiated, I don't know. It's kind of irrelevant. Look where it got to. Look what DP is saying. And the reason it's relevant to me, as somebody that looks at orders and looks at these far-right figures and is trying my absolute best to be able to lift the veil that they hide underneath, where they sort of cower underneath this skirt of fucking neutrality. We're just sitters and journalists. We're here to protect women and girls. Well, see for your own eyes in black and white. He is not here to protect your women and girls. He is not here to do that. That is not what this man is doing right now. What he is doing right there is he is threatening women and girls. He is threatening a man's daughters with sexual harm. That is abhorrent, and there is no justification for it. There is nothing that you can say to anybody, really. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be that guy that's like, oh, in no context, whatever, but some things are just what they are. Do you know what I mean? Like, some things, unless the message, that the context that I'm missing is, by the way, everything I'm about to say is a laugh. We're doing a psyop move. Do you know what I mean? Unless it's that, and in which case, yeah, sure, there is the small possibility that he meant something else. I'll be that guy and I'll say that. Of course, there is the tiny possibility that this is all a ruse, that he's doing a proper psyop and that he's not the fucking idiot that we think he is. But he did, but you know what I mean? It still doesn't justify the things that are being said here. This is vile. This is unbelievably disgusting. And it runs counter to everything that they've ever been saying, doesn't it? Where they say, we're here to protect women and girls. The fuck you are? No, you ain't. No, you're not. You're not here to protect women and girls. You're making sexually explicit threats aimed at... I mean, are they children? Is Sasha still around? Can she explain that? Are these children that he's talking about? How bad is this? You know what I mean? It couldn't get any worse, really, unless, you know what I mean, those daughters happen to be underage. I've got no idea, but again, do you know what? The age, it would matter if they were underage. I do get it. It would introduce another level of depravity to these already disgusting areas. And we don't need to go to the depths of the depravity. I understand that. And, obviously it doesn't, and when I say it doesn't matter, of course it does to a degree, but it's still just as reprehensible and disgusting and vile as you can say. This doesn't get any worse. It really doesn't. And then to just throw in the refugee comment and everything else, it's, oh my God, it's so crazy. It's just unbelievable. Yeah, let's have a look here. Culture of excusing vile threats. They see nothing wrong with it, I guess. Yeah, they see nothing wrong. Just like the individuals we deal with on Speaker Corner scene. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, these people that make these horrific things, they don't understand that words are weapons. And not just that, but you're also putting them out there in the public sphere. This is obviously meant to be private malicious communications that became public. But when you look at his public appearance and his public statements and the things that he says, I mean, he gives speeches at far-right rallies to fucking 6s or 7s of people. Honestly, it's crazy. But he's the things that he says there as well are just objectively racist, steeped in this ethno-nationalist, fascistic fucking ideology that he says that he isn't a part of. And yet, obviously, the association with all the Nazis and everything else that he double downs on. He double downs on that shit. He's literally listen, I am friends with this Nazi. We are gonna, you can't discriminate against him because of his political ideology. The fuck we can't. Man's a Nazi, an actual Nazi. He was bragging about meeting who he thought was Hitler's son. We found out during that stream, obviously we had a look at it, we did some research. Hitler didn't have a son like that. What the fuck are they talking about? This guy, oh my God, it's crazy. He visits Jack Renshaw in prison, aka convicted paedophile and terrorist. God damn it. Like, you can't, like, there is no escaping this. And then people are like, why don't you debate him? I'm like, no, frankly, I don't want anything to do with these people. I'd rather just keep doing what I'm doing, which is just pointing it out as and when it emerges. And it's, again, this is the thing with these people. Whenever, and it's the same with like Easy, Life Hurt and all that stuff. We've seen recently that that good old bigot over there, he's just had his channel deleted by YouTube. They banned him. So obviously he's circumventing bans and coming back on, onto with different channels and that, like Put 3 and all that good stuff. But yeah, he's like saying my channel was taken down because I was banned, right? Which is the same line of defense that DP will use when it comes to criticism from me and stuff. It's like, oh, what's your issue? Well, my issue is that somebody's saying something I don't like. When the reality is, it was them that did it. I know that was I do English good, right? That was a great way of saying English stuff. It's these people that are directly responsible. They say that, like, oh, why is your channel taken down? Because somebody reported me. No, it was taken down because you violated TOS, because you put out horrific content. Have some fucking self-awareness. And like the same with DP as well. Now what you're going to see is, well, I was provoked into this. He won't take any self-responsibility for this. And it won't matter either. He'll keep making that same content, that same bigoted content that frames an entire group of people based on where they are or are not from as criminals and everything else. Not because they've done anything criminal, just because they exist. It's outrageous. Right, okay, so again, first of all, we've seen absolutely no proof of any description that the other guy wrote that stuff. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, I'm saying I haven't seen it. What I am saying is not that it's okay. No, it's not okay. None of them are okay. Neither is okay. They are not okay. They are not good things. They are both equally repulsive. The difference is, and do you know what? There isn't even a difference. If that's what he said, if that was genuinely true, and that is what the other person said, that's fine. That's okay. But it's about personal responsibility. It's about what both of them are sickos. Is that what you want to hear? They're both sickos who are dangers to women and children. And the proof is right here in black and white, right? Then we agree. They're both. Do you know what? Fine. Then how about we do this then? And I want to see. I want to see a direct response to this. I'm going to try and I'm calling you out now, and I'm going to ask you a direct question. I want a direct answer. No, I'll reply to you now. No, it's not okay. Now here's my question: do you agree that if that was what was said, they are both vile scumbags who are clearly a danger to women and children? Right? Do we agree that? Yeah. I'll see what your reply is. Don't worry, they're not actually here to condemn that sort of behavior, and they're only dragging up something that somebody else said because they want to deflect away from this behavior. They want to maximize something else and minimize this. And it's wrong. It's wrong. And it's about time people were talking more about this shit. I'm glad this stuff has come out. I'm so glad that this stuff has come out, and you can get another opportunity to be able to see exactly what they're like. This is exactly what they are like. This right here. There couldn't be a more obvious, outrageous, blatant example of the disgusting dehumanization that they do. They're not just women or children or whatever. They're your daughters, right? They're your daughters, and I'm gonna get them. We're gonna do sexual things, and I'm gonna film it, and like, we're gonna get your wife. I'm going straight to your wife, where she works at the NHS Trust. Oh my God. He's literally talking about going to attack a nurse, I assume, a doctor. What does she do for the NHS Trust? Is she a surgeon? Like, what is he on about? Like, is she a pediatrics nurse, a doctor? Like, does she like clean? This is outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous. And like, to be honest with you, I'm not even that interested in the whole email exchange. What I am saying, as somebody that monitors auditors, that, you know, shows you exactly what auditors are like, this whole channel is dedicated around lots of different things, obviously, but primarily we look at the far right in all sorts of movements. We've got the Berkeley, the Audit Corner, and all that stuff to focus on the far right networks and figures and individuals in all of their forms, primarily auditors, because we know a lot of them, and we know, you know what I mean, we know how they operate and stuff, and it's easy to draw on the things you know. And although it is a bit of a niche market on YouTube, I guess you could call it, it's a bit of a niche thing, it is still something that should be talked about, and should be talked about a lot more. Yes, absolutely. And there you go. I would love to show the other side, and we can go through it and explain why they're both disgusting. Sure, why not? I don't have the other side, but thank you for doing what I didn't think you'd do and surprising me. I appreciate that. And saying, yes, they are both dangers to, that's what the yes was. They are both dangers to women and children, and like to women and girls, or however you want to phrase it. Yes, I agree with you. That is absolute. Yeah, we both agree. And to be quite frank with you, the only reason I'm not showing the other side is simply because I don't have the other side. That's it. You know what I mean? Maybe the other side has only released bits selectively to avoid scrutiny on their behalf, but what they have released is damning of DP, regardless of whatever tactics they may or may not have used. I wouldn't know. I didn't do it. I don't know. I just don't know. But what I do know is that DP wrote that. He should be ashamed he wrote this. Yeah, but he won't be. He won't be. And things will carry on exactly the same as they were before, regardless of the fact that, you know, that he's clearly an active, you know, they like, who makes those? And you've seen him as well. He isn't afraid of like following through with some of the shit that he says. Like, you know, I mean, I take that as a credible threat for sure. For sure, I'd take that as a credible threat. Has he been arrested for domestic violence before, for domestic related incidents? Yes, he has. Right. Okay, then. So that's that now. Now, you know, has he ever done anything, you know, sexualized people? Has he got a history of doing it? Yes, he has. Okay. You know, like, it all fits together. Like, I would say, based on the history, that yes, he is an active danger. But that's my opinion, obviously, and everyone else is entitled to their take on it. This is just, you know, I'm just a Burke. I'm not an expert. God damn, this is spicy stuff, isn't it? Jeez. DP has emails. His channel now. Oh, that's cool. Good for DP. That's great. Now he can try and get himself out of it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, he could try and get himself out of... No, honestly, I'm not really bad, because the other bloke, he said other things as well. It's like, people don't really understand that too. This is, right, when it comes to how their brains operate and how, like, they've got like arrested development and things like that. I had a fantastic conversation with a very bright person before in my Discord, who, by the way, was saying smart things. I didn't understand all of it, but I understood enough of it. And these people that display this sort of arrested development, it's really common, isn't it, where they don't understand that two wrongs don't make a right. That's something that you actually have to teach to children. Empathy, EQ is something that, surprise, I learned this pretty much. It's something that you can teach and that we do teach, and that, you know, it's something that you can get better at. So the good news is, if someone can like intervene, if there can be some sort of intervention staged where DP can be deprogrammed and de-radicalized and brought back down off this extremist fucking ledge that he's on at the moment, then maybe he won't topple over and fall down off it again, because that's what he's doing a lot. He brings himself up to this ledge and then falls down, usually flat on his back, flapping around like a helpless tortoise. But he's maybe there is some hope for it. Yeah, I certainly hope there is, but doubtful, because at the moment we don't really have the infrastructure or I don't know, maybe prevent or something, I don't know. But like, yeah, there needs to be something in there. Absolutely. He can be deprogrammed. He can become a much better, more functioning member of society that isn't actively a sexual threat to people. And let's face it, those sexualized threats, that is, you know, there's no escaping what that is. You know, I'm not being overly harsh or overly doing it or trying to select language that makes it look like he's specifically one thing only. He said those words. He's saying those things. Look at what he wrote. It's unbelievable. Oh, God. Ugh. Hey, no worries. You take it easy, Smack Salad. Everyone say goodbye to Smack Salad right now. Do it. Say bye, Smack Salad. We love you, dude. Take it easy. I hope you're okay. Yeah, hope you're safe. Stay well, and I look forward to your next content. If you're not already, go and subscribe to Smack Salad. He makes amazing content. Yeah, I won't say any more past that. Just go check him out. It's a great surprise. If you don't know, then you should. But yeah, this is it's crazy. It's properly crazy. There you go. Here's another really fantastic point well made. DP also has deep fakes on his channel a few weeks ago, so what he posts is hardly reliable. I know you won't even know what's real anymore with DP. He's shown that he's got a fantastic relationship with creating fake information with AI. So, you know, let's see where that goes. AI making your life easier. If it wasn't being used by the dickheads, it'd be great. The other bloke isn't around on YouTube or auditing community, so why would that bother us? Let DP put his version and excuses on his own channel if he wants to. Yeah, thank you for saying it like that. That's basically the more articulate thing that I was trying to say before, while using lots of ums and ahs and this and that. But yeah, thank you for writing it like that. That's exactly what I'm trying to say as well. As much, it's not really relevant though, is it, to the conversation? He's not part of the auditing community. He's not part of that sort of stuff, and that's what we're focusing on. This Mac had a great comment here. He still sent shameful shit, and it should be shown the emails he got don't justify this. This channel focuses on auditors, and DP is an auditor. Absolutely, yeah. So great. Now he can justify being equally vile, lol. Yeah. You can believe as well, at some point as well, we will be looking at the reply as well. We'll clip some of that stuff. Under clearly under fair dealings and everything else. We'll do it properly. We're not cutting short, not taking shortcuts and cutting corners here. We'll do it right, fully legally, and we'll have a look at some of the stuff that he's got to say in the stream, see how he's justifying it, because the remix is going to be absolutely hilarious. It's going to be full of things like, well, they shouldn't have pushed me, you know what I'm like, and like, yeah, no, I shouldn't have said that, but look at what they said though. Don't talk about what I'm doing. Look at what they did. Don't look at, I'm only 5'7". Don't, no, please don't look at what I did. I'm sorry, no, don't do that. Oh, right, sorry, yeah. You go do your thing, Smack. See you later. Bye, Smack. Yo, what is happening, G Block? So, yeah, seems as though you're here. I might as well use this as another opportunity to make sure that this information gets out there. We're talking, of course, about good old Paul Dunbar, aka DP Audits, and emails have been leaked. It looks like early in the morning, DP gets up. I don't know if it's before or after his coffee or before or after his Weetabix, but he likes to engage in threats of sexual violence and that sort of nature explicitly through email. A good bit of malicious communications. We're going to have to start calling him Malcolm, aren't we? All right, Malcolm. How's it going? He does it so often. And again, I do want to point out that this channel has had to have malicious communications that he's created of us removed from his channel before now, as well as dealing with his malicious strikes, which, by the way, we'll see how that turns out, which won't be long soon. I think in the next couple of days we'll have a proper answer on that one. But yeah, obviously the channel's back. Everything's cool. No strikes on this place. Yeah, it is absolutely mental, dude. This is some of the craziest shit. And don't worry, a minute later he also sent that one. So yeah, going on about this person's daughters and oh my god. Remember, he's here to protect your women and kids. Remember that. He's here to look after your women and girls. Keeping them all safe. Oh, as well, Veli, I don't know if you were around for the last stream, and I know I'm sort of talking in circles and going on about it again, but let me get this up as well. There was a mass arrest of auditors in Manchester. You missed it, dude. So 6 auditors were lifted by police for an incident that happened in November, all at the same time. The police went in like Operation Audit, and they went and audited the auditors, knocking on their doors. They took them away. I believe it was described by a few of these people on that side who were in the know at the time. They were privy to a lot of information before it came out. Doors were kicked in. I don't know whose doors and I don't know what's going on, but we'll see. We shall see, Oh, it's crazy. But yeah, it's a real bad time to be an auditor. You couldn't pay me to be an auditor. Look at this shit. But yeah, here we are in the wake of DP's fucking absolute shitstorm. Oh no, what a tragedy. He's exposed himself to be an arsehole. Who knew that he was an arsehole? Who knew that he would make threats like that? Who's been saying that for ages? I don't know. What's got 2 thumbs and called it ages ago? This fucking guy. Yeah, see, right, okay, statements like this, okay, I'm just going to put it out there, and I don't mean to highlight it like that, but like, mention my daughter like that, and time for words is over, action is the only way forward. See, that is quite an overtly aggressive, almost violent, it's conditional, it's obviously conditional, but it's also really understandable and relatable, right? So in the context of what we're talking about, that is a fairly reasonable take, isn't it? You know what I mean? The want to defend your family and stuff who are coming under threat of sexual violence and harm and things like that. Of course, that's the thing. And in the right context, that's something that, you can say, okay, well, maybe that's a fair take, actually, from a father's position, a father's perspective. Whereas DP isn't coming at this from like a father defending perspective. So when other people try and tell you that, oh, no, there's other context, you have to look at all the other stuff. And, there's a real good reason why he actually said those things. That reason is he's horrible. He's absolutely awful. It's what a shameful, disgusting, horrible thing to say. Yeah, there is no context that makes that okay. Unless someone was like, I've got a gun to your head, you have to write that, or, you're going to get alive here and now, then yeah, sure, write whatever you need to write, put it down in an email, justify it afterwards. But I can guarantee you now that isn't the explanation. And short of that, there is no explanation. Like, it's unbelievable, isn't it? It frankly just just disturbing and shocking. And I'm glad that this live has prompted him to jump up, and hopefully he's taking accountability when, you know, because he's supposedly doing stuff right now. You okay there, Loki boy? You good boy. So hopefully, you know, we're prompting a little bit of accountability there, and people can talk about this a bit more. And overall, the overall subject that we want to talk about is who's auditing the auditors, who's looking at these guys, who's, you know, who's making sure that these people aren't the creeps that they say that they're here to defend everyone against. They're sneaking in through the back door. I'm here to protect your women and children. That's got to be scarier than those words, I'm here from the government and I'm here to help. You know what I mean? That's the new version of that, is I'm an auditor. And I'm here to protect women and kids. That's the new scary phrase in 2026. Because when you, like I say, you look across the scene, you look at the likes of DJE, AJ, AY, all of these people that say and do these most horrific things and admit to them. Yeah, God, it's unbelievable, isn't it? The far right lunatics are crashing out. They'd be doing that. They always be doing that, but at the moment it's on a downward spiral. How, as far as time frame, I don't know, it could take years for this stuff to pitter out. Yes, Loki, you're a good boy. Yes, you can have a treat, but it takes ages for this stuff to sort of pitter out, but it is on a downward spiral. This is the death throes of auditing. It's going to get darker, more toxic. It'll get worse before it gets better. But these guys are going to make sure, trust me, DP Audits, English Ned and all those other people that were involved in that mass arrest and everything else, they are doing the work for us. They are the best tool that we have to combat this stuff. And they are doing their damnedest to run auditing into the ground and make sure that, you know, something dramatic happens afterwards. Like we were discussing earlier, this could result in, not this specific incident, but all of these incidents combined could result in law changes. It could result in, you know, obviously legislative changes and things like that to combat them. Your right to film in public, your right to be in publicly accessible areas. It could end in terrible things as well. Let's not talk about the dark side of it, but, you know, legislative changes. I'm trying to think what the others were now that we were discussing. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways that this could be dealt with by the authorities, clamping down on your protesting rights and everything else. It could adversely affect everybody. Let's hope that they just get shamed out of it, and then suddenly they could just go back to doing what they do best, which is just be the drama side of YouTube, and stop with their incessant involvement in, you know, dragging and being a vehicle for these disgusting ideologies in the politics sphere. You know, I mean, somebody from the strategic, what was it? The Institute of Strategic Dialogue said that these people are a part of a driving force that is increasing hate crimes and things like that. When we see them spike, you can attribute it, because of comments like that from those credible, decent, reputable institutions. You can draw the logical conclusions that these guys are making this environment, which falls back on the original thing that I've always been talking about of the stochastic auditor. When that theory came out, I've never read anything more true in my life, honestly. They are creating the environment whereby violence is incredibly likely, and it could either be for themselves or it could be for somebody else. But the point of this stochastic type of violence that they're inciting, they don't get to control it. It's just chaos. It could go anywhere. It could be, you know, somebody on the left getting radicalized into going out and showing them what for. It could be someone on the right going out and showing these illegal immigrants and these invaders, we're going to, you know, it could be any of those things. And, you know, like I say, the Institute for Strategic Dialogue does back that up somewhat. You know, it's not just, this isn't happening in a vacuum. I'm not just generating this on the back of nothing. It's real, it's observable, it's tangible, and you can measure the impacts and the effects that it has. So I hope he defends it, lol. Sending malicious communications because someone sent you malicious communication isn't defense. It's more of an admission via excuses. That's it. Yeah, exactly that. Emptiest vessels make the most noise. Yes, they do. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? Law is not fully understood by those types, Mr. Witt. Of course, naturally. Neither are their partners common sense. Yes, no, they are void of all those things. They've never seen them. They looked at them once through a lens and were like, what's that? And then brushed it to one side. Things are going to crumble for the Nazis. I certainly hope so. I think that this is the thing. This whole thing is about making racism and making hate toxic again. And I just want to clarify as well, because I've had this comment a few times, someone saying that I'm not a very tolerant lefty. I resemble that remark, you bastards. No, tolerance in its traditional form. We're not talking about like when we talk about tolerance and that. We're not saying that you should tolerate bigots as well. We're not saying that you should tolerate racism. It should be called out. They should be ridiculed. There you go. That's the word. They should be ridiculed, and it should be pointed out on every level of platform. Like everybody should be talking about it. It's just fucking. It's the only way you defeat it. It's like everyone's like, well, leave them to it, let them do their own thing. At least we'll know who they are. We do know who they are. Now what we do know is that they're radicalizing other people, and it's a big problem. So yeah, I agree with the laws that we already have, and I think that they were written with a lot of care, and not all of the laws in general by like that's not what I'm saying. But yeah. I'm saying that like the hate speech laws, things like that, are pretty much spot on. Yes, they can be overused. Yes, they can be taken advantage of. But in order to be able to counter that, what we do need to do is reform the enforcement of those laws. Like, so police, for example, we need to reform that, because if it wasn't those laws, they'd take advantage of other laws. Let's face it, that's what coppers do. As sure as auditors are far-right vloggers, coppers will take advantage of anything, really, to be able to do whatever it is that they want to do. All they do is on par with what caused that celebrity to take her own life. Sorry, I forgot her name. Caroline Flack, I believe that is who you're talking about. I think Michael's right there. Yeah, it is 100%. There is a lot of cyberbullying elements that go to it as well. Like personally, I don't want to go just on my own anecdote. Anecdotal evidence is evidence of an anecdote, of course, but in the context, I do think it's relevant to, my own experiences with them. It is absolutely 100% cyberbullying. Instead of discussing the ideas, and instead of discussing what racism is, what makes up racism, what makes up bigotry and xenophobia, what are the definitions of these words, what is the criteria that they lay out, and do my actions meet them? Instead of trying to combat things from a logical standpoint and saying, no, I'm not like that because of this, and here's the logical reasons why, they just resort to those tactics. They'll do crybully tactics, they'll do cyberbullying tactics, they will try and run you down emotionally, they'll do physical confrontation. I've had threats of violence, I've had made-up lawsuits created to try and generate some sort of emotional response. That are the tactics that these people do. When you present ideas that they don't like, when you offer dissent or criticism, they immediately default straight into being a piece of shit. It's just who they are. I'm losing hope that these people can change. However, the evidence is out there. These people can be deprogrammed. They can be brought down from the ledge of hatred, of bigotry, before it's too late, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. I know that it's way beyond my pay grade. I'm certainly not in a position. I ain't got the qualifications for that shit. You know what I mean? That ain't nothing that I can do. Yeah, it is what it is. So there is, I believe, let's have a look. I think we've forced DP to release a sort of statement. So shall we have a look in the interest of fairness and everything else, and just because we can. Let's have a look now. There's a post here from DP Audits, and again, this is publicly available materials that we're looking at for the purposes of criticism under, fair dealings and everything else. Let's have a quick look here. Anybody listening to those to far left, remix for a slur? That's a great start already. Like a couple of cucks and Mr. John Hutchinson about an email I sent. There you go. He did send it. This is the sort of emails this individual has been sending me repeatedly. So yeah, I sent a vile one back, and what? 100s of 100s over months. 100s of 100s. Okay, so yeah, awful, terrible stuff. Absolutely disgusting. Terrible stuff. Oh God. What's the question? Is your daughter bothered by being filmed by yourself? Okay, that's terrible. This stuff here, absolutely awful, terrible, disgusting. Has that changed anything? Do we still think that DP is less of a danger to women and children? I mean, hundreds and hundreds of emails, and yet we've got, I think, is that one, or are these separate ones? Be honest, was that the first time you kissed a girl? I think that said. These could be three separate ones. It could be part of a larger thread. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, is this it? Is this his defense for making sexual threats to, I don't know if they're children, to someone's daughters? Is that it? Is that his defense? And admitting to these, I mean, what they're doing is both of these people are going, I'm guilty of being a danger. One person saying, I'm guilty of being a danger to women and children. But I did it because this other person said other things that are equally as disgusting. Okay. So you're both guilty of malicious communications. You're both pieces of shit who, frankly, shouldn't be anywhere near women and children. I agree. We all agree, DP. If that's indeed what you're saying, because it feels like it. Because I don't know what else you could possibly be saying. What else could you possibly be saying? Like, is that your defense? And yeah, predictable, as we literally predicted. We said that was going to be the case, and it was. I'll tell you what I'm going to do now for the time being. Just because I want to hear what other people have got to say on this matter, just because I'm starting to go crazy a little bit. I'm going to whack out the link there because my dad's abandoned me. I have been abandoned. But yeah, let's look at this shit. Like, literally threatening sexual violence and things on women and children. I guess children, I don't know, actually. Are they kids? No one's denied that yet. He hasn't said, oh, hang on a minute. This guy's saying, but then again, an absence of anything isn't proof of anything. So I won't, stick on that one too much. But yeah. It's absolutely crazy, and they're just the ones that have been released from this person. They're just those two, And he says an email. You sent 2 emails. They were a minute apart. For fuck's sake, he was on it. At which point you can just block these people as well. There is no excuse for resorting to that behavior. You are still exactly the same piece of shit that we were saying you were just before. There is nothing that has changed. Yeah, DP has dug himself a deeper hole. He's basically he's just confirming what we were saying and everything else. I mean, his partner was in here confirming it. And once we said, hang on a minute, you've just thank you for saying that what we're saying is absolute. At first, right, she came in here, right, and she literally said, he did not write that. It is not true. And then in 10, 15 minutes later, she was like, he did write it, and here is why. And then not long after that, around that time, he's now having to put out posts and stuff that say, at least this channel is good for showing you that side of it, because you would never have seen that side of the argument, I guess. You know what I mean? Unless you were like me and your brain broke and actively seeking that things out and created spaces where cool, like-minded people could drop that stuff. It's wild. It's truly wild. This is just some of the most despicable and disgusting behavior to come out of them so far. Yeah, I'm just going to have a look now. There seems to be... just having a look through, yeah. So the other... Oh, God. Yeah, there's no timestamps and stuff on them. Who knows if they're even real at this point with DP? Not that even if they were or weren't, it doesn't change anything. It definitely doesn't change anything. DP wrote them, and that's how that works. Right, so guys, we've got a little bit of royalty on here. We've got the one, the only, the bringer of gammon tears, the venomous Maximus.
Decimus, the blood clot Foss.
Yes, man.
Jeez.
How are you doing?
Well, go on. We say it, man.
Not much, mate. Not much. Just fucking.
It's all good. Hey, do you know what? I don't know what's happened to my picture. It looks a bit squashed, isn't it?
You're looking a little bit squished there, yeah? Did you put it in the dryer or something?
It was squashed, yeah.
You got to hand wash that image, mate. It's delicate.
Yeah. Oh, mate. God damn. Yeah, man. So what's going on, though, man?
Well, not much. So recently, we've just been looking at a bit of auditing news at the moment, and that's kind of dominated the stream so far. The auditing news is these emails that have been leaked that have now been confirmed by the horse's mouth, directly that they sent them. I don't know if you got a good look at them before. These crazy emails like sexual violence. This is from your local auditor, right? Keeping your women and children safe, Ellie.
Yeah, obviously.
Outrageous
Check the girls.
stuff. It's it's enough to send shivers down your spine. Yeah, and these are the same people that will stand outside
The defenders of the earth, eh?
Oh yeah, they're here to defenders of our culture. We've got blood rights,
Blood rights. That's funny, isn't it?
It's a funny way of saying diabetes. Back up, bro. Like, they're fucking nuts.
People say that sort of stuff when they actually haven't got nothing to hold on to. I've got blood rights. It makes you feel special. Not like a pleb, innit? You're just not a pleb. You know what I mean?
I wonder how they use it or how they actually find out. Do you reckon there's some sort of ritual where an old wizard comes to them and they're like, you are part of an ancient lineage.
You have blood rights.
Yeah, some dude dressed all in white is like, they call me Glanglador.
It's
Glangladolf.
Wendy. It's Wendy dressed up as a witch. Right,
It is.
all right, love. You got blood rights.
I like to, in my mind, I like to imagine it's Wendy, Babs, and Dupes all sat round a cauldron sharing one eye, like some
He's
sort
got
of
rights.
Shakespearean.
He's not.
They come with a high price. They'll try and steal your ethnicity on you. One day you'll wake up and you'll be a darker color, but it'll happen so slightly you won't even notice.
Mad.
They are, out fucking rageous. But like, this is the state of that scene at the moment. They're all infighting. They're all like revealing themselves to be like the worst people that walk amongst us. Fucking nothing surprising, but it's nice that they're doing the work for me and proving it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what happens? Yeah, that like I was gonna say to you still, it starts to get into like you just start repeating the same shit over and over again, innit? So you have to take a little break.
Yeah, 100%. It does start to get merry-go-roundy, doesn't it?
You're just like, bro, you might have just saying the exact same shit that you were saying like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
They all wear white hoods.
It's it just, man, like I think the current state of like the far right scene has never been more of a desperate, pathetic mess. It's just, and it's never been more obvious, like, and they're just eating themselves. They're in a downward spiral.
Yeah, the far right just like they crash their own party all the time, man.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean like
they started to make a little bit of traction. You know what I'm saying? Like people was getting like, Raj, you know what? The far right thing might start popping off, but imploded themselves.
That's it, yeah. So. Like DP does what he does for a living. Like his reputation is his job. Like that's, you know what I mean? People depend on him for like, if in his view, I guess, for being like an honest and independent, fair person who's out there to protect all women and girls. And then look at the shit that they do. Like they couldn't be more of like the opposite of what they're saying if they tried. They are the biggest threats to themselves. Like it's not sustainable to be these types of people in these types of like bubbles that they operate in.
I'm an auditor.
No, you're not. You're a bigot with a camera now. Fuck off.
Mold it in.
Oh, I might even get this printed out, put on a t-shirt, turn up at a fucking protest.
No shit.
Tempting. It's it's just that's just where it's at the moment.
That's the same dude that was saying don't hit me. Is that that same guy?
Oh yeah, that's that same guy. He was like, I'm only 5'7". Oh no, stop hitting me! Ow! Why can't we talk about it?
Wait, he's still about? Yeah, God damn. Yeah, after all that, yeah, you know.
It's just getting worse and worse and worse. Yeah, so no surprise that guy that cowers on the floor when a bigger guy turns up is now the same guy that's threatening sexual violence on people's daughters.
Wow. At least the guy whose daughters it is knows that. Should be able to just slap him real quick.
Hopefully this is I saw him defending himself on his page just before. Being like, if you're listening to those two dickheads, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, they wrote something mean to me first. It's like, thanks for just openly admitting it, because we weren't sure at first, but now we know for sure. But like, these guys are just self-reporting. Every accusation is a confession. It's the same man that was in the 100%. They're proper self-reporting. And like, yeah. You know, it's the same dude that was in those groups, that group on Discord that was looking at that weird stuff there. It's the same dude who was arrested for DV. It just, you know what I mean? Or for, domestic incident anyway. But like, it's these people, man. Like, they're just outrageous. Like, I can't believe that, like, people aren't, like, they get, like, I know there's a whole bunch of people watching them and that, but because of the racism and the ideology that they transport around, they've got this, like, sort of, like, bulletproof shield where there's a whole group of people that won't give a fuck if you're a danger to women and kids. They just want to hear you talk about protecting women and kids. As long as you say you're not, it's cool.
Wait. Man. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, if you actually look into any of these people, they always turn out to be mad people. But
yeah. Oh yeah. This is the same dude who got. There was a video recently he put up where he was inside like the girl section of like this kid's sort of like clothing shop with his cameras and that, and then the security guard sort of following him, so he's recording him and being like, "I'm not the weirdo, you're the weirdo," and then being
Oh
like,
shit.
"Fucking." He's like, because this guy he's bearing in mind, he's got like the most English accent. He's an English person, 100%. But because his skin's a different color, he's like, well, it's not very English of you, is it? Following me around, like, bro, you're
Which
creepy.
means it's not very English of me to follow you around. You're walking through the girls' kids section with a camera on, bro.
By himself. It's fucking wild.
Even if you weren't by yourself, bro, you got your camera on in the kids section, bro. Like, come
I
on.
know, yeah. It's
What you doing, bro?
it's proper crazy. It's proper crazy stuff. Like, and then he's like looking at these guys like they're the weirdos. Like, no, you're weird for noticing it. Like, what?
Mad. Wow.
Yeah, it's proper wild. And we've had his girlfriend in here as well. She's been quick to defend him. Bless her. She's a loyal on that one. She's like, he didn't say that, and then it went to, I don't know if she went and checked with him, and then found out that he did say that, and then came back and was like, he only said it.
He did say that.
In 10 minutes. Oh, it's great.
That's funny.
Oh.
That's funny still.
And he's like, why won't you let him? He has a right to reply. I'm like, let him do it on his own fucking channel, man. It's not, your freedom of speech doesn't hinge on whether I do or don't let you on my panel. like fucking go back up, man. Go do your own thing. You got a much bigger audience than I have. Go do it.
That's me. Yeah, man. Don't worry, bro. You just keep fucking making your streams about what you're making them about, man. We could just keep picking up grad slowly. The steady climb's better than the straight up, because it's gonna fall off quickly.
Yeah, 100%. It's these unsustainable channels and like career paths almost that they put themselves in. It when it's based on hatred and things, it doesn't work because you're going to find so much friction. There's, you attract all these characters that are just toxic, like DP Audits and Ryan Ferguson are like a little duo at the moment. The dude's a literal neo-Nazi, man. It's fucking insane. Like, and they're just they're getting into some dark areas.
So what else has been going on with far-right loonies?
There was the mass arrest. That was quite funny. A mass arrest of auditors, and this is the bail sheet. Bless him, good old Kyle. He blurred his face on the video, and he went to the trouble to blur all these details when he showed this sheet on his stream. But he didn't do it straight away. So he like showed the details and everything, and then afterwards blurred it. But because he'd showed it on a live stream, we could all see that there was a bunch of auditor type sort of like people that were like, oh look, 6 auditors or however many auditors have been arrested from Manchester, but thanks to this guy we know exactly who they are and we know what the conditions are as well.
But that's wild still.
So, it's saying he's not in any way to contact either directly or indirectly Christopher Messenger, who's that English Ned, Rachel Davis, who is MKRTV, Kelsey Cunnifier or Cunliffe, or however you pronounce it, I don't know. That one is My Brakes Don't Work. David Casey, I don't know who that is, but KC Audits is also in there, and Ricky Jones. All at the same time, police went through on an operation and just started taking auditors, dude.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah, because they're seeing them as just like shit stirrers, really, innit? Like,
yeah, they're a group of like I'd go as far as they're not organised in the traditional sense.
hey, remember when you reviewed that video with that woman saying, you're Nigerian, get out of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like why don't you fuck off back to Nigeria?
Oh my god, that is so racist. It's crazy.
I was on a panel with that Mr. Batud, right? And he went, "That's not racist. What are you on about? Are you crazy? That's not racist." I'm like, "Bro, that is the textbook definition of approaching a random black dude at the back of a hotel and telling him to fuck off back to Nigeria before establishing that's even where he's from. Like, that is racist
Yeah.
101.
Trust me. Trust me.
I forgot that happened for a minute. Oh my god, they're
Yeah.
outrageous, isn't it? They're so bad.
Yeah. In the East Coast.
But aside from that, they
Oh,
also,
yes.
that same group that were arrested were also behind another group that went recently-ish to attack Hannah Spencer, you know, the recently elected Gorton and Denton MP for Greens.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with that, you know, that weirdo that's got a penis obsession and he's in a sandwich board, that Edge of the Matrix
Mm-mm.
dude. He's like, Hannah, can
Mm-mm.
women have a penises? Hannah, make eye contact with me. Hannah, please touch me. It's fucking, he's weird.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they were like chasing this MP down, getting, you know, there was fights happening with people that were trying to protect her and stuff. I was really surprised when everyone got arrested that it wasn't about that, but, you know, there's time.
Yeah, bro. So not much ain't really changed then, really.
Nope, the scene is exactly the same as it was before. They're getting a bit more bolder, they're getting a bit more out there, but, you know, nothing new.
Yeah.
Aside from that, though, on other stuff, like personal sort of shit, life and everything else is going great. It's summer now, nearly. I'm getting, you know, getting a lot of sunshine and shit, so I'm feeling loads better.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hopefully you get a
Feeling
bit
it.
of sunshine this summer.
Fucking hope so. Planning some fucking camping trips and stuff. Gonna go try and find some little places where I can go out and have a nice few days by the river with the dogs, switch off and that, and fucking, yeah, build some fires and stare off into the distance and unwind from dealing with all these far-right bellends.
Yeah, these fine the crazy stuff. Need on smoke. But, oh shit, do you know what? I think I know why it's gone squashed. Alright, let me restart, yeah.
Yeah, the thing, man. But yeah. How's everyone else been? How are you, the chat, doing? Ooh. Auditors to one side for a moment. How's everybody getting on? I say auditors to one side. Now I'm going to read a bunch of comments about them. I like that one. They have heads like Alcatraz, full of empty cells. Let's have a look. DP wrote them to himself, probably. I mean, who knows? Like it was said in the chat before, we didn't see timestamps on it, but I don't know. I'm not an expert. I really, again, I wouldn't know. But I mean, hey, at this stage, anything is possible, and I wouldn't be surprised. If it did turn out to be true, then I'd be on a stream the next day being like, well, it ain't that surprising, let's face it, you know. None of us would be like, oh my God, that never happened. All right. Always give it a second just in case. There you go. You all right, yeah?
Peace. Oh, well then, feel like.
I'm just reading your subhead in there, leakygammons.net.
Yeah, these are enough crying, isn't it? So
Oh, we've got a smack salad back. Yeah, pleading not guilty is going to be a stretch. I mean, I don't know about malicious communications, but sometimes if there's an obvious crime that's happened and the evidence is out there, then I'm sure they could both get charged with it. Like, do you know what I mean? Regardless of like having a cooperating witness or anything like that, I don't know if you always need a victim. Like, if you commit crimes that are obvious out and out there, then I'm sure you get charged with them eventually. But we'll see. I'll tell you what else he did as well, this guy, right? He went to fucking the the police and loads of like sort of like I don't know what they call it, like paedophile hunter groups, you know, these sting groups. They had to make a statement about DP because DP engaged in like his own sort of like sting operation on someone that was allegedly talking to like an underage girl. And so when it turned up, there was this guy at the door, like, you know, his brother and this, you know, this alleged person's brother and that. And he was like, well, look, you show me the evidence and I'll go and get my brother out now for this humiliation. Go on, go show me the evidence. And it's they haven't got any. And then, like, after ages of like this sort of back and forth, turns out there isn't actually any evidence really at all. Not that they just don't have it, but there isn't really any. And then the police had to put out a statement saying, look, you know, there's been one of these sting style operations in this area. It isn't true. It isn't, you know, there is nothing, you know, we're not dealing with anything. Like, it's not a thing. Like, you know, just forget about it, basically. Sting operation, other local hunter groups were like, look, what happened there was a fucking, like, a dog shit way of doing that stuff, and it gives us all a bad name. Don't fucking do that.
You mad.
Meanwhile, that video's still up, you know. Like, it's mental. Like, these people are so bad. He just avoids his own comment section.
I haven't even been paying attention to the flipping politics side of the game for the minute still, man, but I did notice that Iran and USA talks didn't end up resulting in any peace happening. So
no, it has not. And I think that one of the sticking points was the expansion of Israel into Lebanon. They call it a security buffer zone. I call it an invasion. It's annexing, you know, chunks of South Lebanon at the moment.
right. Yeah.
So, yeah, Iran said, look, you and a ceasefire should be, and I'm paraphrasing, of course, I wasn't there, but a ceasefire should be where us and our allies stand down and there's no more fighting, and we'll come to negotiations diplomatically and talk about the diplomatic resolutions. But America are like, no, just two parties, just me and you, and then we'll let Israel carry on being the rabid dog of the Middle East, just going around and eating everybody. So yeah, Iran have stepped away from that, I believe, and America has said, look, we're not willing to make, you know, to involve anything about Israel and Lebanon into this whatsoever. So they seem to be enabling their expansionism there. But yeah, it's bad, isn't it? It's been so crazy. Do you know what else he said? He said today, not that long ago, I was reading it before, this guy was like, in response to the fact that there'll still be a blockade on the Strait of Hormuz, this dude literally was like, oh, I'm doing a blockade on the Strait of Hormuz. Like, someone beat you to it, Don. Like, chill out.
Yeah. Someone trying to match still. He just thought, right, that's actually a good little finesse there. Let me see if I can get a piece of that, a piece of the action.
It certainly wasn't about fucking protecting the civilians of Iran and, like, you know, protecting them from like the egregious acts of the state and that, and of the Ayatollah at the time and that, because he literally said, I'll wipe out this whole civilization. It's like, fucking hell.
Yeah, that's mad still.
It's talking apocalyptic stuff.
Mad still. I wonder what the Iranian people that supported Trump, I wonder how they feel still. That's what I was trying to find Banks, because he is an avid Trump supporter.
Oh yeah, you know what he's going to do? He's going to remix what civilization means. He'd be like, no, he means infrastructure. He means, you know, civilization doesn't mean civilization when Trump says it.
Yeah, civilization doesn't mean every Iranian in existence. It just means it's got much still.
That's the part of civilization that people forget. Like, the people are the civilization. If you don't have the people, you don't have a civilization. They are part and parcel. They're doing the same thing. You can't. That was so genocidal. Like, nobody. Yeah, it's mental. Yeah. It is proper mental.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think the antidote to Trump is? Do we just have to ignore him, call his bluffs, or just go along with some of the stupid shit? Like, what do we do in this position?
Was that like the Keir Starmer? Yeah, Keir Starmer's actually played a bit of a better hand, where he's just said, like, I'm kind of not involved in it, and then you get me? Because obviously America and Israel did bomb Iran first. So
They absolutely did.
if that's the initial strike, right? Or what they're calling the war crime, and then the rest of the stuff that's happened since. So before America bombed Iran, there weren't no blockade in the Strait of Hormuz.
No, there wasn't. And do you know what? When this
That's
ceasefire
one
was
of the
proposed,
conditions of the ceasefire, and it's like,
yeah, Trump took that as a
bro, there
victory.
weren't a blockage in the Strait of Hormuz until you bombed us, you dickhead. What are you talking about? Like, how can you now you want that as a condition?
He was
We
like,
done that because you
we
bombed us.
reopened the Strait of Hormuz. It wasn't closed until you bombed it, you dickhead. Now they've made it a toll road, and you've got to pay $2 million per fucking vessel.
But
Oh,
so,
he's like when he was claiming victory, like when the sort of when they agreed to talks with Pakistan mediating, when they agreed with that sort of like I reckon he basically told Pakistan, he said, look, just hold me back, bro. I'm gonna say some wild shit, and I need you to get in the middle of this and just hold me back.
well,
And then oh god, he's funny, isn't
he
he?
keeps saying that they've taken out all their missile things, and then they just keep firing drones and missiles at people.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and they've got, I think China and Iran made it very clear that their deal for weapons and oil still stands, and China is still providing them with weapons because they're like, we're taking out their missile sites. That's great. You didn't take out the Chinese missile sites. They're producing all loads of stuff, sending it over there. Like, they've got a lot of money around, and I think Trump's finding out because he's sacked all the generals that disagree with him. He's finding out really quickly that you can't just roll over Iran like that.
yeah, but
a lot of their facilities are like deep underground as well. Like they ain't done. Yeah, I personally think that at the start of the ceasefire thing, it couldn't have been more clear that Trump was like chest beating his way through a surrender. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
There's a lot of capitulation, and he was willing to agree to a lot of shit, just not the Lebanese stuff, just nothing that involves Israel.
Yeah. It's wild still, man. Like flipping this like potential extension of war that's going to be carrying on now. God knows how long this new war is going to go on for, but everyone in the world's going to feel it from this one. Because the petrol prices, gas and oil prices are already starting to go up already. You know what I mean? Like diesel's like nearly £2 a litre right now. So
yeah, literally it is. When last time I went in, because I have to use the diesel for heat, you know what I mean, like for my heater and stuff. I've got a log burner and all that, but diesel's what is what I use for the most part that keeps me going through the winter times and shit. And it was literally like $1.99. I'm like, this ain't. I'm spending like $19.99 for like 10 liters. I'm like, this is fucking mental.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember the times when everyone was worried it was going to go past £1 a litre. It's way past that nowadays, mate. So,
and it never goes down either. It kind of settles and lowers a little bit, but it never goes back to whatever
the price of acceptance
was. Yeah, price acceptance, and they make record. And meanwhile, they make record fucking amounts of money. And I get it, their shares are going down, but the prices are going up. The motherfuckers are still making enormous amounts of money. And it's just outrageous that we're doing that shit. But like you say about the knock-on effects and that, like some people don't realize that the Strait of Hormuz is valuable to our economy. Not, because some people are like, oh well, whatever, petrol prices go up. That also means that the anything derivative from oil, things like jet fuel, so anything that brings in goods on cargo planes and things, that stuff's going to be more expensive. Anything that brings food in, like trucks or boats, you know what I mean? They run on the same shit. They need oil and stuff. Derivatives of oil anyways, to run there. Everything's affected. Your clothes, your food, everything goes up, and it makes the cost of living crisis even worse, which is why I think the real antidote at the moment is rejoining the EU, so we can insulate ourselves from this crazy lunatic. If he wants to throw us in a recession, he could just apply one tariff, job done.
Yeah. But you're gonna get fucking 10 million spazzes jump up and talk about, oh, well, what about our sovereignty? You're like, what? This sovereignty ain't brought no benefits to the economy. I don't even know what it is. Like, no one's ever been able to explain it to me.
Nope.
But
They can't.
if you think Keir Starmer's going to rejoin the EU, I don't think
No.
he's going to still. I think he's
No,
going to be forced. The next government will be forced to.
I think
it's
so,
just
yeah,
going to be
out of
too tough.
desperation. But Keir Starmer said in no uncertain terms, what was the quote now that he said? We won't join the EU in my lifetime. That's what he said. So I certainly, what we can take from that is that not in his premiership. He's not going to, while he's prime minister, ever take us back to the EU. But we're now economically vulnerable, and hopefully it won't come to a point where the next government has to do it out of desperation, but just, as a precaution to get us away from depending on the whims of a madman. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, when he was talking about 10% tariffs and that, we were looking at recession watching shit. Whereas if we were in the EU, we'd be insulated by that market. We'd be better off financially, billions a year, and it wouldn't have affected us in such a meaningful way. And we could have done other stuff with other trading partners and had a different route. But we don't have any choices now. We're stuck. You know what I mean? Like, we're really isolated economically. It's fucking stupid, isn't it?
Yeah. This EU stuff is kind of crazy. And it's, you know what, as well, it's like, even the people that just got finessed, they don't even admit that they was just lied to or whatever. They just double down instead. You just got lied to. And things have just been even shitter. Do you remember they were saying, oh, you're just going to have to take 10 years, 5 years, and all that sort of stuff? No, it was 5 years, first of all, yeah. And I think 5 years has passed now. So now they've extended it to 10 years. Now, if you need 10 years, you need 10 years. 10 years is gonna fly by, and there's gonna be no change. So
no, 100%. It's nothing but like all of the lead economists. Sorry, that's how you say that word. Fucking idiot. All lead economists have said that this has done nothing but damage our country and will continue to do so. I think that I was listening to Femi F Politics, and he was saying, based on the data and stuff, that this is worse for the economy than COVID was. Like that Brexit was worse for everybody financially. It cost the average household like £1,000 a year now. We're worse off financially than an actual fucking pandemic because of Brexit. It's crazy, isn't it? So let's have a look at some of the. This is the 5 year. Sorry, this is the 5 key impacts of Brexit 5 years on. So let's have a look. So economists and analysts generally assess the impact of leaving the EU single market and custom union on the 1st of January 2021 on the UK's good trades as being negative. This is despite the fact that the UK negotiated a free trade deal with the EU and avoided tariffs or taxes being imposed on the import and export of goods. The negative impact comes from the so-called non-tariff barriers, the time-consuming and sometimes complicated new paperwork that businesses have to fill out when importing and exporting to the EU. I remember listening to, I know it was James O'Brien's show, but the caller was actually awesome. He was a guy who makes his bread doing import-export. He operates like a trucking company and business. The amount of fees and everything else that were introduced, he was being completely priced out of it. They were having to wait for days in some cases, or nearly, in delays just to be able to get paperwork through certain infrastructure that doesn't even really exist at the time. And like it crushes trade. Like it's been really devastating on our economy, that has. Look at that. Look at the goods and service exports. So yeah, since Brexit, UK goods are down. Services exports are up. Quarterly reports to the EU compared with the end of 2020. So 2020 there, thank you there. So look at the goods exports doing absolutely sound, and then UK leaves the single market. Oh no, the goods exports goes up, and the services exports. Oh no, am I misreading that? Have I gone into this all critical? There's some disagreement on the negative aspect of Brexit. Some recent studies show that goods exports are 30% lower than they would have been. All right, is that what that's representing? I always get shit wrong. But some only suggest a 6% reduction. Okay, we can't. Why can't we be certain though? Because the results depend heavily on the method
Yeah,
chosen by the
the services have always outweighed, because obviously the City of London and there's offshore banking and all that sort of stuff has always outweighed the thing what's in it. But it just means that the export and small businesses, especially that exported to Europe and imported from Europe, have been affected by a higher cost and longer waiting times, and obviously more fees for for them and their customers, isn't it? So you have to put the prices up.
Yeah, and so depending
So
on this, it
now,
looks like
so a customer buying for instance, some European cheese direct from somewhere in Europe and getting it sent to their house might end up with a better price than someone here might be able to sell it from importing it.
right. Okay, no, yeah, I'm with you. But yeah, oh no, wrong one. I've come to that one, and I meant, I need to go back here. There you go. Share that tab. They opened up a PDF on that when I was looking at the UK goods exports are 30% lower. Yeah, than they would have been if we had not left the single market and custom unions. So let's have a look. What was the Brexit trail deal impacts? So some economists argue that there could still be potential long-term economic benefits. So this is the long-term ones that they keep saying we may eventually get. And they keep pushing back.
The majority of these Brexit supported ones or whatever ain't going to do anything that's going to be beneficial to the economy, whether they was inside the EU or outside the EU anyway, man. So, a lot of these men that you're arguing with are just arguing with the grass, basically.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
This one as well. Do you remember when Nigel Farage was stood in front of a poster that he had? He was doing a campaign for Brexit, and it was all these non-EU people,
Syrians
in a
going
big
to
line,
Germany,
looking like they were about to head in, and yet, look at what happened there. And one of the reasons for this happening as well is because of things like the Dublin Agreement and stuff. So in places like France, somebody would go and seek refuge. This is the Nigel Farage is almost directly. He's one of the architects behind people arriving by the shore. You know what I mean? People used to arrive in EU countries. They would fill out their applications in the EU countries that they arrived in, namely places like France or whatever, for the UK, and all the process would be done there. We wouldn't have this problem that we have with people turning up on shores, and we wouldn't have people in hotels and that at that time. But now it's become a problem because we crashed out because of Brexit, because we crashed out of the Dublin Agreement when we left the European Union agreement, and yeah, we've now lost access to those facilities and things, and so people are using their rights in a different way and arriving by shore and stuff. But look at that though, you couldn't it had the exact opposite effect of what majority of people voted to do. They're like fucking, oh god, couldn't have gone a worse way about it. But yeah, freedom of movement and everything else. But the long-term economic downside.
But even that, these men are complaining about people crossing the channel and all that sort of stuff. There was hardly any channel crossings when it was part of the EU. The channel crossings started once Brexit came along.
Absolutely. I've just seen sort of the chat there. I'm about to go to someone was putting coded Nazi references to Hitler's birthday. Fucking hell, these men are just on it all the time. There's no god damn it, they're crazy.
They were coming in on trucks before dinghies, but the numbers were much lower than they are now. That's the point. And they could be deported straight away if they was found, is the actual point. And there was an agreement, a returns agreement with France. You already know that anyway. Chief is probably someone else that's been listening to what man's been saying for God knows how long anyway, and has heard every argument already being made. It's just saying no, just to say no, in a basically.
Just say no for the sake of it because they love it.
See, look, then what I said, he's just going to say no, just to say no, and then that he types next. No, they weren't.
Oh, you gotta live it, don't you? I'll tell you what as well. Like I know you get it as well on yours, but it's quite funny when you get like I've had a lot of people that jump on my comments and stuff, and they're like, what did I say now? Like, oh my god, I hate this content. I hate it so much, and it's like you're actively seeking out my content. Like, what are you doing to yourself, man? Like, just chill out. The guys are so like predictably strange. But yeah, you go do your thing, man. You've got a live to run. In fact, I'm gonna end it up here at the moment. Thanks for jumping on, dude. And I'm gonna refer people over to Smack Salads Live.
All right,
go and have some fun over there, guys. Every one of you. And before you do, hit the like button on the way out. Yeah, it was good to see you, though, dude. Mate, you'll have to get in touch with us on the Discord, man.
Yeah.
Whenever you can, yeah, no worries, dude. But yeah, like jump
All
in
right,
sometime.
so best, man.
All right, and stay safe.
All right,
dude.
big up, man. Big up. Peace.
Stay safe. So yeah, that was that. Anyways, oh god, what a crazy audit corner that's been. I'm still reeling off of the things that DP said, and his predictable defence or lack thereof of such actions. I mean, you never know. He could have gone for the win. He could have surprised us all and gone, yeah, do you know what? That was unacceptable. What a horrible thing for me to say. I'm going to really take stock and adjust the way that I interact with other human beings. It's terrible. Like, it really is. Yeah, but on that note, guys, Smack Salad is live. Go check him out. He's absolutely awesome. Yeah, party in the Discord afterwards as well. So stay safe, take it easy. It's good to see us. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And of course, love and peace.